everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Eberron campaign. I don't have a name for it. We're just going to call it the Eberron campaign. I should probably think of a name for the campaign. Or you guys can think of a name with the group. Make my job easier.
Currently,
Okay.
the
All right.
our only idea is dirt. So,
Hello, everyone, and happy Saturday. We're Hard Knock Dice. We're a bunch of assholes who play Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop RPGs. No, you're included in that 100%. These people around me are player characters and my best friends. Today, we're going to be continuing on. This is true. Today, we're going to be continuing on our Eberron campaign where we last left off, unless anybody has any announcements or anything. I have one. It was on the 18th of this past week, this lady's birthday. So everyone say happy birthday to Kaushik. And, well, to Brittany. Maybe not Kaushik.
Happy birthday, Brittany!
Happy birthday!
Man, imagine having your birthday while we're stuck in this shithole of a swamp. That would suck.
Happy birthday.
Brittany, as I gave to Crowley, you will have a 20 in your back pocket. You can replace any roll that you make up until it expires on your birthday next year that you can replace with a 20.
Wait, so like a death save?
Do what?
So like a death save? Just freebie your backup?
Sure. Wherever you want to use it.
Okay.
God damn, I gotta wait so long.
So is it a natural 20 or just a total of 20?
It is a 20.
Oh, shit. Never mind. All right, I guess if it's for a death save, it has
A 20 is still a 20, guys.
Yeah.
It's
Thinking
a
about
20.
the possibilities. Hey, that's pretty sick.
All right, it's a 10. We'll keep going this route.
I said it's pretty sick. God damn.
Ian, don't do this to me.
I took mine.
The good Lord giveth, and the good Lord taketh away.
we'll say happy birthday, Brittany. That's the only thing I got. Last we left off. Turn the music down a little bit. Last we left off, our adventurers in some sort of extra planar dimension that they're not exactly sure where it is, are traveling down a magical disease that Milo has unfortunately contracted, and it ails him so. He is currently catatonic and unresponsive. Traveling further into this area, carrying Milo along to keep him safe, as they are already a little bit too far into these woods to really leave him behind. They made their way and they found a compound where this disease seemingly was either being distributed from or at least a waypoint for. They made their way towards this compound low on resources, and it ended nearly very badly for them, but luckily they fought through. Unfortunately, during that fight, Melgrum fell. Several of them went unconscious. Melgrum, through a series of bad death saves and blows, unfortunately passed from the mortal coil that holds his soul for just a bit, making his way into the Dwarven halls and meeting his father, who gave him some advice and information. Kaushik, using her timely procured diamond, brought Melgrum back. We left off with a group recovering some of their wounds in Artyom's tiny hut, slightly in the woods and in some cover, where Artyom's familiar said that he forgot something, or that he didn't forget, that he dropped something after being incinerated, and he went and picked up, and the note started off, "Dear Artyom." A handwriting, maybe not familiar to Artyom, but quickly realizing that this is a letter being returned to you from Erish, which we will throw up on screen right now, and I will put you guys on in roll 20. It is. Yes, you will need to zoom in a bit, and we're going to transfer over there so everybody else can see it as well.
Woo!
It's a very short letter. The paper itself, incredibly small, and it reads, "Dear Artyom, your apology is received, but I write this with haste. Passage is not safe. I have the ship and will not be able to meet you in Marketplace. I'm sailing southwest to the southern coast of Silver Lake. Message me when you make it closer to Sean. I will find you. Your friend, Erish.
All right. Well, party doesn't need to worry about that, so I'm just gonna stick that in my pocket.
Okay. Let's switch back over.
We can never go back there ever again.
At least the boat's not stuck there.
That's true. Thank goodness Crowley put Erish's name down. Forethought. Okay.
As a lot of you are getting comfortable for the night or already asleep, nursing some of your wounds, is there anything else you guys would like to do just before bedding down and knocking out for the night?
I'd like to ask if someone has a spare bedroll.
Unfortunately not.
Well, I still have double blankets, so maybe that'll do.
I've still got his pillows, don't I?
We thought they were contaminated, so we left
Yeah, we
them in the
left them.
house.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, they're
Aw.
all the way back. I don't have something I want to do before we sleep. So, if anybody else does.
The thought comes to mind that we should probably eat.
Yeah.
Even if it's just cold rations. It's like, oh, yeah, here's
Is
some
it-
turkey.
Is it rude to say Milo probably doesn't need his bedroll because he's catatonic and comfort doesn't matter to him
That's
anyway?
fucked up.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of don't want to get sick.
Oh
Honestly.
yeah, that makes sense. My apologies.
Liberty's probably like, look how they treat my boy.
I don't want to catch his cuties.
You want to?
I said I don't
I
want
was
to.
about to say that man's in a coma. They're like, yes, I too wish to be in a coma.
At the mention of food, Crawley, Norgog sort of shakes his hide cantina, or canteen rather, not cantina, shakes his bar and says, well, I'm getting light on water, so not that I would trust anything from this place, but it may be best to ration some things out. And unless someone else has something to help us out in that department.
Nope.
I don't have any spell slots left. Sorry, guys.
What's a spell slot?
That was OOC. My bad.
It may just be a difficult night and see what we can do after some rest. Gnaw on a few bits of dry rations and be cautious with our water. See if we can find anything.
Indeed.
We
I
don't
do
have to have much
have-
choice.
I do have one day's worth of rations in my backpack, and that's all I've got.
But
Do you guys want to share?
I have gone through my rations. Oh no, I also have 1 day worth of rations left.
So we're gonna pull some granola bars out of our backpacks and pass them
Some-
around.
Pass out some jerky and hardtack.
Okay.
I'm assuming Outlander doesn't work in this in this situation.
I probably wouldn't give it to you for free, but I would definitely give you bonuses to it. Although this is warped and sort of a mockery of nature right now where you're at, there's still some semblance there. So if you wanted to go out, I'm not going to rob you of your background. If you wanted to go out and hunt,
I honestly wouldn't trust to eat anything here anyway. It'd probably make us sick if we ate it.
Oh, I don't know if this was a mistake, but my My inventory says that I have 10 rations. 10 one-day worth
If
of
you
rations.
already had them, then it make sense not to have used them because we haven't been having to use our rations very much.
No. The only time I assume you guys would have had rations would be the night before this when the dome got popped previously.
I think I just didn't have very many to begin with.
Right. Does anybody not have food to eat? Everybody's good with rations.
I think I don't have any rations on me. But I think that was just lost between transfer from Roll20 to D&D Beyond. But yeah, nothing.
Nothing on you? All right. I'll check something out then.
I'd happily take the granola bar.
Good old Nola bars. What a nice evening of laying in an ashen wasteland as we gnaw on dried food.
The only thing that is dry.
Listen, we could be gnawing on nothing at all, so we should
I mean,
be grateful.
I think this area is dry though.
This area is this area is very dry. Like the floor of the hut itself is very fine, almost ash. Crowley, and you ask this question, Norgog sort of reaches into his pack and hands out some jerky to you and gives you one of his rations.
All right. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would need one of those as well. I have water though.
1 day worth of rations is 3 meals, so I'll hand out one of my meals worth for my 1 day to Artyom.
We can all share family style. We'll just do that.
Put the buffet out.
The buffet of jerky and dried fruit.
To be fair, while a ration would be 3 meals a day, you guys have not eaten today and stopped eating. You've trudged through the forest sort of very single-mindedly towards this thing. So you are pretty ravenous right now.
I guess we're distributing what we've got as necessary. But we also don't want to... We do need to be a little cautious. We do not know how far we will have to go. So maybe it may be wise to stretch our resources a bit, even if it is unpleasant.
I'm going to crawl over and pop a raisin into Milo's mouth and move his jaw so he chews it.
Okay.
Eat your raisin.
Make a medicine check for me, Kaushik.
God, you're gonna make him
Oh,
choke to
raisin?
death.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
I should have rolled on my hand die, but it was a 10. If
10?
I rolled on my hand die, it would have been a 19.
Do you have any bonuses? Or is that with the bonuses?
That's what I thought.
It's fine. Just wanted to make sure you're not going to make Milo choke. It takes some doing, and you sort of set him up. But you sort of move his jaw around for him, and you see the body sort of take over, and the muscles of the esophagus bring the food down. So
Nice.
Don't want him to die of hunger in a coma.
Nurse Kaushik on duty.
And give him a little dribble of water. Dribble, dribble.
okay. Norgog says, if nobody else has anything, I can get us water, but not tonight. It'll have to be tomorrow, and it'll take away from some of my combat abilities.
Understood.
But I can do it. Because we'll need to live to fight.
Yes, exactly. Better to be capable of fighting than to be holding on to it just in case. So we can. That is good. We can make it through the night at least with what we have. Well.
Very well. Well,
the earlier we can get going, the better.
Yeah. Okay. Does anybody want to do anything else before crashing out for the night?
Nope.
Okay.
I do have commentary for during the night, though.
Sure.
So, during the night, Gandelwyn is racked with nightmares, mostly pertaining to flashes of like scenes from during his time in the war, seeing, friends and other allies dead, except in the nightmare they're replaced with Melgrim for a while, and it flashes through those scenes with Melgrim instead, and then flashes through them in a quicker order with each of the current party before ending with just him standing over his parents. He'll just kind of wake up in a sweat, spend the whatever hour or two remaining before everybody else wakes up, just kind of sitting watching over everybody else.
Okay. And when you sit up in your cold sweat, sort of start and still shaking a little bit, getting yourself together and getting your armor on, just going to be prepared for when everybody wakes up. Looking around, sort of out of this hut in this area that you're in, the quiet is just unnerving. There's no birds. There's no wildlife. You don't see as much as a squirrel run by, and it's just death. The trees around you are just dead itself. And you sort of look around your friends sleeping, and then Milo, eyes still open, gunk just sort of forming on the corners of his eyes. I would like you, since you are the first one up, to roll a d20 for me.
13.
13. And it's as you wake up and get your start getting your stuff ready, and you are the first one up, waking up several hours before probably the first person being Crowley up. You get your things together. When you go to put your boots on, it hurts. Your feet sting. You go to take your socks off, your feet are bloodshot red, and they are incredibly sensitive to the touch. You see, as you sort of pull your foot closer to you and start looking down, you see sort of fungal variations growing across them. You throw your sock back on over it, throw your boot on, sort of shuffle around and try to walk. Your feet are killing you. For the day, your movement speed is reduced by 10.
Great. Okay. It's kind of, well, grin and bear it.
Athlete's foot.
On fucking steroids.
Shortly afterwards, you see Norgog stirring and wiping at his eyes, and an excess of this yellowish discharge from his eyes is just accumulating and seems to do so at a rapid pace. Then okay, is there anything else you would like to do before waking up? Okay. I'm sorry, before everybody else wakes up.
No, just sitting there kind of, I guess after I am completely just sword drawn, like kind of laying across my knees, just keeping an eye on everything.
Okay. You see Norgog wiping this stuff out of his eyes, really struggling with it this morning. Bring out a motorcycle, apparently. Sorry, I don't know if y'all heard that. Jesus. There's not even a road here. Sort of sits there and gets cross-legged and sort of sitting in Indian style, just starts thinking and sort of meditating for a while. Norgog summons his mount the motorcycle, right?
Let's go.
Okay, the rest of you come to. Crowley probably first, Kaushik and Artyom shortly there afterwards. Melgrim, you probably don't even want to get up, but get woken up by your Kaushik, Artyom, and Gorum all probably wake up around the same time, and then Melgrim, you get woken up eventually either by the sounds or by your brother as everybody gets to stirring around the hut. Artyom, you guys went to bed pretty early, so the sun is just now rising. You see some of the purples and blues of dawn starting to fade away, and some of the oranges and yellows of the day starting as your hut just dissipates as the 8 hours pass, and everyone has a long rest.
Fantastic.
Thank the ancestors.
I'm gonna take a moment after waking up to sit down and say my little
son of a
mantra to prepare my
shit.
spells.
Okay. As everybody starts to get up and everything, Norgog will cast create water and fill everybody's do you carry around a wineskin on you, Artyom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you like some water in there?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right.
I have a water skin as well.
Right.
I can fill that up too.
This
It's
should
a
be
lot of water.
Right, a lot, right?
We probably have some, I don't know, maybe some of those bottles are empty by now in the bag of holding.
You have a bunch of fucking bottles that were previously full of wine.
It's got a little bit of
With
faint
water.
taste in there.
Flavored.
Yeah, it is 10 gallons of water. So anything
Oh,
that you would
jeez,
like
yeah.
to fill up, Norgog will do his best to. Granted, it's not a very controlled spell when he does it, so he's like trying to control the magic and trying to hold it together.
Pour it in the bag of holding. Just
So,
dump
My
it in there.
stuff's in there.
but through some doing and not over your bedrolls, he fills up each one of your containers at least for the day, and using that spell slot. But you guys wake to the sound of nothingness again. What would you like to do?
After everybody's like up and we've gotten water, I kind of want to go over to Kaushik and be like, hey, Kaushik, you do some stuff with some herbs. Is anything you can do that you think could alleviate this a little bit? I'm gonna yank off one of my boots and kind of like point at like sock and everything. Just like, this is going to be a bit of a hindrance.
Do I recognize that it's the same kind of mushroomy stuff that was growing out of the lady?
Make a perception check. No, if he's showing you his foot and you're getting this close to sort of investigate and examine, it doesn't take a lot of time at all to realize that these are fungal growths. And again, when you take off your sock, they are larger at this point.
Yeah, shit.
Gandelwyn, how long has this been happening?
I don't know. I woke up and my feet hurt and my foot hurt. So
Have
It's like-
you had any other symptoms?
maybe.
Gandelwyn, for how long?
Yeah, since probably a few hours before we got to the encampment. There's
Gandelwyn,
nothing we can do about it. I just want to know if there's anything you can make my feet hurt less.
I'll see if there's something I can do. Do you want me to roll for my herbalism kit?
I will. Looking at this Kaushik, and the magics that you've tried back in the village, it looks like you may be able to help with his pain a little bit. But
Yes.
other than that, it's not.
Make him some icy hot.
Yeah, see, it's anything that's good. I know you probably can't cure it, but something that could alleviate the pain.
Icy hot, not a sponsor.
That'd be sick.
Sponsored by Icy Hot.
Hey, I'd take it.
A sponsor is a
Sponsored by
sponsor.
Gold Bond.
How do I roll? Should I do a medicine check or do I need to do my?
Yeah, you'll
kinda-
you do a medicine check.
Again, I didn't roll on my hand die because I'm stupid, but it's a 7.
7. I mean, after a few moments thinking of even if you could alleviate the pain, you start to see pulses of just like black going through the bottom of Gandelwyn's feet. It's worrisome, and it's not going to be cured by anything that you have in your kit.
Very well.
I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you for trying.
Is it possible
Love
for me
you,
to
Colin.
take a sample and make a vaccine from it.
Are you gonna cut into Gandelwyn's foot?
Are his eyes still gooey?
Gandelwyn's?
Yeah.
Slightly, but I mean it's not. Yeah, it is nowhere near as severe as you're sort of looking around right now as what Norgog's dealing with.
I am going to go over and rummage through Milo's things and try to take one of his little tubes. I know he's got lots of little tubes that he
Okay.
does science stuff with.
Right.
I'm going to go over to Norgog and I'm going to say, strange request, is it possible I can get some of that, your eye goo in this container? It's for science.
That is weird. Sure. Sort of wipes off this handful and sort of just scrapes it onto the lip of the container.
While everyone was getting up, I was just Artyom's probably going to almost wordlessly and efficiently get his things together and just say, "I'll be right back."
Okay.
Get everything together. I going to try and get us a little bit of extra food. I might be able to purify it.
Okay, be careful.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, I will go searching for food with a 27.
Okay.
Can I stop him?
Go ahead.
I would like to stop him. I can handle the food for now. And I can cast create food and water, but he already took care of the water, but I can do create food.
Are you telling me that you can make food?
Yes.
All right, we'll save it for later. Is everyone all right with skipping breakfast? I guess in that case, I'll probably notice that Gandelwyn has really nasty feet. As if I'm not leaving immediately.
Yeah, I mean he was just sitting there talking to Koshik with his boot off and just sort of showing Koshik. Unless you were trying to take Koshik to the side.
No. Nope. She's the closest thing we've got to a medic, so that's what you do is you go, "Hey, medic."
Yeah. Well, with most of this stuff still packed up and ready to go, Artyom will probably just sit down in the middle of the camp and start ritually casting a spell for Phantom Steed while everyone's getting ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, Gorham's also going to cast Find Steed to summon his boar.
Okay.
Well, he said Norgog is like getting abnormal amounts of goo in the eyes now.
I mean, you're
Like,
experiencing
even more.
Yeah, you're experiencing abnormal amounts of goo in the eye because any amount of goo in the eye.
Well, yeah,
throughout the
but
day-
like
he-
outside of
he
like
is
how it was for us the day before.
Correct. He is experiencing an excess currently. You see, yeah, he's just sort of wiping every minute, probably every minute or two. He's sitting there trying to wipe stuff out of his eyes.
That's good.
Is there some kind of check I can roll, or can I roll another medicine check to see if I can do anything with this vial of eye goo?
What are you trying to do with it?
You know, I don't know.
Artyom to lick it.
Yeah, look at our team to
No.
dip a finger and try it first. Well, first I want to see if I can tell. I don't know. If there's if I can figure out what is going on by sciencing or medicing it, like if I can figure out if it's carrying whatever contagion is causing.
Well, I'm not going to make you roll a check because you guys have already figured out that this is a little bit beyond science. This is arcane in nature. This is a magical disease that is spreading quickly and deadly. Other than that, based off of the previous checks that you guys have rolled, there's not a whole lot that you can sort of garner about it or try to figure out a way to stop it. It seems to be ravenous and spreading quickly.
All right, I'll just keep the sample for if we bring Milo back and he can science it if he wants to.
With that said, I would like everybody but Gandelwyn, Milo, and Norgog to roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Shit.
Okay. Do we get the bonus from Gorham?
You were sleeping beside him, yes.
All right.
What's the bonus? Plus 3?
Yes.
19.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
15.
Okay.
22.
Okay. Melgrim?
A 15.
Okay. All of you guys wake.
I have, disadvantage, correct? On ability saving throws and shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Which-
it's 26.
Nice.
What's up?
No, I think it's you only. Yeah. I was thinking of something, but I was incorrect.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Melgrim, one of your levels of exhaustion is removed with this rest. You are now at 4. Okay. You can now move, albeit you're moving slowly.
Yeehaw.
I am trying to pull up my notes, but my computer is being slow.
While you're doing that, I guess I'm gonna, before we head out, I'm gonna go talk to Melgrim as well.
Okay.
Walk over to him and put a hand on his shoulder. Here we're how are you feeling? Kind of looking him over in the face, just kind of like examining.
Well, as good as I guess you can expect. Coming back from the dead.
Yeah. Can't imagine it's
Not too
entirely
good.
pleasant.
Imagine you're not feeling that well either.
Yeah,
It looks kind
I've had worse.
of.
Well,
Hopefully we can get through this, friend.
hopefully so. But you need to, you take it easy for a while, yeah?
Yeah.
Ride on one of these spirit horses or pig.
Yeah, I was. It's might be a bad idea, but I was kind of thinking. Maybe we can try and grab that. Oh God, that coat with the bodies, clean it up, and use one of their steeds to carry Milo and myself and others that can't really walk very fast right now. But I don't know if we'd be willing to do that.
I mean, it's not a terrible idea. It did kind of was in the place that kind of got exploded, but
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna be heading in that direction anyway. We might as well check. That's a good idea. Kind of slap him on the shoulder again, like, see, maybe we've been using you in the wrong way. You need to be the brains, yeah.
I don't know about that, but well, you don't just generally go in and hit stuff, and it works. This is probably the first time that didn't really go well for me. So, yeah.
It didn't go great. It might be time to do a little more thinking in our strategy department, but we are all still alive.
Yes, we
Just-
are.
Take it easy for a while, okay?
Of course.
Okay, let's check out that place. See if maybe we can get that cart.
I assume you guys convey this to the rest of the party.
Yeah, just kind of come over like, Melgrim had a good idea.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty, but because Milo obviously can't move himself, I'm still recovering from dying and coming back. Thank you, Koshek again. Maybe we can go back to that place, check out that cart, and see if we can fashion up with a rope, a rigging for one of the steeds, so that we don't have to particularly carry Milo, and I can kind of ride on it with him or something. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I think it's worth investigating at least.
Yeah, it's worth a shot looking. We'd have to fix it so that it doesn't make as much noise. Otherwise, we'll draw everything to us to kill us pretty quickly.
It's also very true.
If it's even still functionable.
Yes.
Yep, that is the biggest question.
More or less on the way, so well, at least it won't be too. It won't take too much time just to check.
It is exactly on the way, so it won't take you guys out of your way. As you guys leave out for the morning.
I was going to say, before we move, Crowley's going to commune with the spirits real quick.
Okay.
Let me know who steps out.
Let me know what you get. You can just say the number.
3.
Okay.
Also, because I forgot to do it when we were on our way out, I'm gonna find that the skin, one of those first skin bags that we fought, or skin suits, and retrieve my 2 daggers and Melgrim's throwing axe. His hand axe.
Okay. Make sure you add those back.
Flick them off and just kind of. This actually is probably more appropriate for you right now, since you can't, really get in anybody's face if we have to fight something. Hand his axe back up to him.
I think.
Okay.
Of course.
Who's going to look at the wagon?
I mean, we can no reason to have everybody go in, but we can just poke our head in real quick.
I mean, if it's a stop on the way, I suppose we're all going, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll just
Yeah.
stop at the bottom of the ramp until we know whether we can actually use it or not.
Right.
No reason to haul everybody up into the compound.
Out of character, James, you were summoning up your mount for Melgrim to be on, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Gandelwyn, have fun with Milo. Keep him stable.
Sure. I guess.
They're gonna need those feet in combat. Don't wear them out.
Very well. Keep a hold of Milo, I guess.
Okay. It's hard to do so because he is quite heavy, depending on how you're doing this.
Could we have taken some extra clothes and torn them into strips to kind of have more of a harness on him?
Yeah, we can figure something out. I mean,
that's just it, so we're not just trying to get him up under his shoulders every time.
Yeah.
I say tear into strips, maybe even just roll up into.
Could I do a crafting check for that?
Sure. Yeah. You gonna do a leather working check?
Yeah.
Go for it.
That's with intelligence, right?
Your leather working, is it? Any sort of crafting check?
Isn't it intelligence? That's what I was asking.
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. I'll just make a ruling on it. So
12.
You rolled a 12?
I've rolled a 12.
Okay. We'll make it with your intelligence and your proficiency, right?
Right. So,
because you're constructing something new right now. It's not exactly sort of something you've made before. Something you made would probably include your wisdom, but
so that'd be 18 total.
18 total, yeah. It's not it's crude in its methods, but you take some strips from anybody willing to help you out there, some rope and whatnot, make sort of a harness to make it a little bit easier to sort of hoist Milo up onto this steed.
We can do it 2 different ways. We can either do it he's the bounty target and we have him sort of plopped over the back of the horse, or we can do it as if you guys are sitting double and you're just holding on to him. It's up to you.
Whatever's gonna be easier, I guess.
It would probably be easier on you, Gandelwyn, not trying to hold, because a lot of Milo's weight is up here in the in the armor itself.
So having hurt him to have him just across the.
It's not gonna hurt the horse either.
Yeah. So just have him slumped across and hold of the harness to keep him from sliding off.
Easy enough. You guys continue on. It takes you 15, 20 minutes maybe to get back towards this compound. There are still husks about as you guys make through here. I would like one communal stealth check from everybody, please.
Whoosh.
Okay.
That's 25.
9.
Okay.
I rolled with disadvantage, so 17.
Damn, that's pretty fucking good.
7.
17.
Awesome. There we go.
14.
Okay. There's 5 successes there. So you guys make your way through. RTM and who also rolled low, Gorham. You guys start.
We're both having the we're having the lead mounts along.
Right. And you're sort of the first ones to see these husks sort of pop out of this smoke, so you have to stop everybody, causing you to be a bit louder. However, everybody following your instructions stops, sort of redirects, and you guys make your way back to this compound. Just as you left it, the items themselves around this compound from the explosion, other than the antenna that came crashing down on top of the house, everything else seems fine and okay. The only thing that seems really affected by this were some of the corpses that were laying down, seem to be dried and shriveled somewhat. Other than that, the compound seems intact.
All right. Well, let's get this wagon and see how we can maybe make it work a little bit better.
Okay. There are still corpses in the wagon currently. About 4 of them. A couple of you start moving those corpses out, and I mean it's gross, but it's not a difficult task physically. You guys move that out there. That there's no sort of like hitching implement on here other than just 2 iron bars out on either side of the wagon. How would you like to do this?
Oh, first off, I'd like to see if there's a way that we can fix that squeak.
Yeah.
How
would you like to do that?
Anybody have any ideas?
I can do an herbalism
Oil.
kit, see if I can make some WD-40. Not a sponsor.
Do we have like any kind of oil of any kind?
Nope.
Norgog announced to the group that he does not have any last session. So
Right. So we were talking about burning stuff down.
Does Milo have anything?
Crowley has a
He's
flask
gotta
of
have
oil.
some.
Hold on. I have a
Be a flask of oil.
tinder box, and it says a small container holds flint, fire, steel, and tinder, usually dried cloth soaked in light oil. So I've got a...
Might be able to go ear. I do not know if that's will be quite enough to do the job.
That's all I got for you.
Yeah, Crowley produces an entire flask of oil for you.
I am not exactly a craftsman, but I guess look at for where the squeak would originate.
okay. You guys
There.
sort of get a couple of you on the side, move the cart back and forth. Give me, I'll give 2 of you rolls. Perception, one gets perception and the other one gets, let's do just a straight intelligence check.
I'll take the perception. Hey.
Well, all right. This intelligence check gonna be bad then. 7.
27.
Okay. Gandelwyn goes to pour it on the outside of the wheel, sort of where the wheel attaches. After watching it underneath for a minute, RTM, you stop him before using too much of the oil. Bring him onto the inside of the oil where the axle connects to the wheel itself. I'll say with that high of a roll, that you guys eventually, there's still a much more mild squeak to it, but it is much quieter. It is going to make the sounds of a wagon now, and not necessarily of an alarm.
Yeah, Jim. All right, well, I guess we'll get all that stuff that we just set up to keep Milo in place and reverse engineer that stuff into being a wagon harness.
Yeah, just kind of like, okay, take this.
Okay, give me another check, Artyom.
Ooh, even better. 15 plus 6 if it's the same check. So
Okay.
21.
Nice.
Takes you a little bit longer with this, and you will need some more materials because this is hitching an entire wagon, not just Milo.
Okay.
If I have an entire set of studded leather armor for him that he can fucking take apart if he
Okay.
wants to. So I'll just donate that whole bitch. Like, here you go. I don't use it.
That'll do.
Sounds great. All right. Yeah,
I
I'll
will
do that
get
then.
rid of that.
Okay.
That is
What steed is being hooked up to this?
I'll hook up mine to it.
Okay. Taking your time making this stuff that's gonna take probably a little over an hour to do all of this stuff, minimum. Even with as deftly as you're working, sewing this stuff together, sort of figuring it out, it's gonna take some time to do this. While Artyom's working on this, would anybody like to do anything else around here?
Is Big Moose Guy's cleaver around?
It is. It
How big
is.
is it?
It's a little bit taller than you are.
God damn.
Like a pole arm? Like a big wow pole arm?
You go over. Do you try to pick it up?
Sure.
Okay. It's heavy. It is incredibly heavy, and you don't know if you could effectively wield it as it is.
That's cool.
Okay.
I don't plan on it. Can I? I'm gonna. Is there room in the cart that I could just stuff it in there?
Yeah. Currently, there's nothing in the cart right now. RTM's sort of lashing stuff to it. But yeah, you could.
It's a pretty big cart, and we're only gonna put 2 people in it. So
Yeah.
Is his corpse still there?
Yes.
Antler?
Currently it is.
Did any of his antler skulls survive? Like the little skulls that were hanging off of his antlers?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll say a couple of them survived. Some of them still just sort of hanging there on his own antlers.
I think they're cool. I want to take one and put it into my bag.
Aren't they
I'm
like
just gonna
people
put that-
skulls?
There are
I
some.
I thought they were
Big
animal skulls.
Cleaver in my inventory.
I think they're a mixture. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, there are a mixture of animal skulls and humanoid skulls.
Gotcha.
Gorham, make a perception check for me. Let's see if it's on brand.
Probably from the look on his face.
I want to bet a 6.
11.
11.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
That was way better than normal.
Nothing out of the
10
ordinary.
plus 1, baby.
Are you just sort of shoving it into the cart for now?
Yeah, I'll try to put it there and maybe put the blade up against the wall or something so someone doesn't cut their foot off,
Right.
stumbling around in the cart.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Gandelwyn might benefit from cutting his foot off.
Jesus.
In the long term, maybe. I know we had people check out the main house. Did we ever check out that shed?
Nope.
I want to check the shed while he's doing that.
Okay. You walk over there to the shed. No investigation check is needed as it is a very tiny hut with nothing in it, other than the smell of horrid rot and decay. You see smears of red and just goo. It looks like this is a pseudo doghouse for the giant.
That's gross. Yeah. That's no further investigation outside of opening and going, oh dear God. We have you said it was gonna take him like an hour, right, to do this?
Right. It's taken him a long time to do this.
So I'm gonna do a walkthrough of the house to see if there's anything worth taking, because before we were kind of on a mission.
Right. Okay.
Oh shit.
It takes you a little bit because this did sort of collapse in the front door area when this pylon fell into the center of this compound. You make your way into the house though. The first thing that's met with you is a pile of bones that are just sort of on the floor with strings on them.
It's weird.
You
Real strange.
You walk through the house. On the direct opposite side of that, sort of a flood of I'm sorry, Freudian slip, a pool of crimson fluid that is just still currently and unmoving. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me if you're if you're looking for anything specific. Go ahead and announce it.
I'm not looking for anything specific. I'm just looking for anything that could be useful or just interesting in general.
Okay.
So I'm not trained in it. Let's go. 7 again.
7. Other than just horrible implements of flesh crafting and basic living necessities, jars full of things that you assume belong to someone else at one point, you don't find much. It is very Texas Chainsaw Massacre in this house right now.
That's nasty. Yeah, that's it. I'm just kind of go back out, kind of point a thumb back at this. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be anything worth taking in there. It's pretty gross.
Anything else?
I will eventually be talking to Gordon.
When he returns.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to speak with Gorham as well.
Okay. Unfortunately, that cannot happen right now. Gorham is currently struggling with the cleaver.
I will while I'm working send a mental message to Melgrim. How are you doing over there, buddy?
All right, I guess. Not too well. I mean, weakened. I can tell that. I know that. I'm not 100%, as far as I can tell.
Like you don't mention it will take a lot out of you.
Yeah, just very tired. Exhausted, you could say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you recover quickly. It's a terrible place, but
Yes, this is. Hopefully we make it out.
we'll keep you supported until you're back on your feet and berserking around.
Aye, and I'll try to do whatever it is I can to help with by the ancestors, whatever we may encounter.
Da.
Gordon.
Aye, brother.
Yesterday before going to sleep, that we had talked about or whatever. Yeah. Trying not to get emotional, but so yeah, I think I was in the hall of the ancestors, brother.
You said something about that, yes.
That's all my father there. He gave me some interesting information about Eagle. Something he's not the scoundrel he thought he was. About some sort of pawn in a bigger scheme of something. I don't know. The last thing he mentioned before slapping me back to this bloody place was there are secrets about him or something. I couldn't really understand. Secrets that lie underneath our home, which is weird.
Secrets under our home. Do you think he meant our home or yours?
Maybe mine. Before before all that shit happened, passing, everything.
Now,
This might be worth investigating.
yeah, would be worthwhile to go back there, probably, if we can swing swing it. If we ever make it out of this hellhole.
Yeah, brother. And then just kind of go on for another hug.
Big old,
Don't want
big
to go
old.
back there until I'm damn good and ready.
We got a lot of work to do, and I'm glad I didn't lose you, brother.
Yeah.
Now get out of the way. I'm trying to move this cleaver.
I
Get
know.
tears in my
Stop.
beard.
So I know it's pretty dry out here, yeah. But after I grab my little animal, specifically Skelly, not a humanoid Skelly, because I'm not that big of a freak, and put it in my bag, I'm gonna look around and see if I can find anything, any kind of herb that I feel like could be useful in the future for my little herbalism kit, just kind of replenish.
What's your wisdom, Kaushik? Let's see. I should have it pulled up for your passive.
18.
18.
So +4.
Yeah, with your passive perception, you're walking through this sort of wasteland. You've not encountered anything that you would think that would even be useful. You don't think it would be worth your time to go out and try to find it, because if it is somewhere, it's going to be so far away from here and probably a bit too dangerous going off alone.
That's fine. It was kind of like a little glance around on the ground, not really I'm gonna go scouting for stuff.
Okay.
So that's fine.
I'll
No
give you a perception check to sort of just look around the compound.
Oh, well, okay. That is an 18.
18.
Nice.
Tell me where you go.
I guess I'll just look around the little, like, fencing area.
Okay.
I'll just walk around the little, like, the outside of the fencing area.
Okay. And just around the perimeter
Around the
fence?
perimeter, yeah.
Okay. Glancing around the perimeter, you do not find anything of use.
That's fine.
Okay.
I assumed that.
All right. Would anybody like to do anything else?
I like to give Gorham another message in his brain.
Okay.
Brain message.
Gorham. I respect you more than anyone else in the group. So I will let you obviously make the call on this seat. He's your brother. And I'm worried about him being in the cart with Milo. He's on the mend. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get better, but it might be in his best interest if you convince him to stay on that mount of yours. Maybe hang back away. I'm going to try and get Norgog to help me keep a lookout on things so that maybe the rest of the party can kind of stay away from the infected people. So, yeah.
That's a good idea, Artyom. I'll talk to Milgram right now.
All right.
Milgram!
The hell, I thought you were just dealing with that. What's up?
Don't worry about riding in the cart, brother. You can still ride on the boar. It's more dignified anyway.
Yeah, just so long as someone's looking after Milo, that's all I was really.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Can we both fit on the board, Jones?
Yeah. I'm not gonna take that away from you guys. It's a pretty big boar, and while you are stout dwarves, you're still dwarves. So yeah.
Short but wide.
Girthy.
Low center of gravity. God no.
That's not the best descriptor. I don't like that at all.
The new official descriptor of dwarves is no longer stout. It is girthy.
No.
This is Wizards
yes.
Sanctified.
Oh God.
The new name of the group, the Girthy Boys.
Oh God.
Hold up. Pause.
So, I just remembered while I was scouting around that I don't think anybody's really checked Milo's pulse this morning. So I'm gonna skirt back to Milo,
Okay.
give him a little bop, see if he's still alive currently.
Okay, give me a perception check.
$12.
Okay.
7 plus 4 is 12. 12. I rolled a 4. 12.
You walk up to Milo and put your hands on his neck. Sort of push in.
I'm sorry, 11. Wait, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, sorry.
Okay. Put your fingers on his neck. His neck is cold currently and sort of clammy to the touch. You don't feel anything. You sort of push your fingers in further. Boom. 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 It is so slight and slower than it was when you guys left out the previous night.
It's still going, that's all I care about. Just for the sake of consistency, I'm gonna toss another spare the dying on him. Just
Okay.
because that's just what I keep doing for him, hoping that it'll do something. So I'm just gonna do that.
What is the duration on Spare the Dying? Is it just instantaneous and it stabilizes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bonus action, 30 feet range, instantaneous. You touch a living creature that has 0 hit points, which I don't even know if he has 0 hit points. But the creature becomes stable. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs. So I don't know if he's an undead mushroom man, but
Might be a construct with all the armor. Anyways,
no,
Milo's
the armor's
the
the
one
construct. He's not.
after all these conversations and sort of looking around for anything that may be useful, getting the cleaver into the back of the cart. Is there anything anybody else would like to do? Okay.
Nozer.
RTM, you're muted if you're trying to talk.
I was going to speak with Gandelwyn about hopping in the back with Milo to keep him from knocking around so much.
I mean, they can help keep an eye on him some, but we'll be traveling slower and we will need to keep some kind of eye out for threats. So travel slower, and this thing does make some noise. It may behoove for me to be out a little bit away, keeping an eye on things.
If you say so, but don't be a hero if you start hurting too bad. Just come back and
do not think that should be an issue.
take a seat. We got to be practical about this kind of thing.
Yes, but we also have to keep the group as safe as possible. So yes, I will keep an eye on it.
Well, if you end up,
Norgog's having a hard time seeing. He may need to be in the cart with Milo so he doesn't run into anything.
is it that bad?
You look
It
over at
seemed that-
Norgog, and he is currently doing this to his eyes.
Okay, Norgog, maybe you should ride in the cart to keep an eye on Milo.
I'm gonna have a hard time
Indeed.
keeping an eye on anything, but yeah, if it's up close to my face, I'll probably do a little bit better job.
All right, we'll give him
Scheist.
a wake up kiss if you need to.
Huh?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, what
If
are
I-
we waiting for?
Oh,
Let's
sorry.
let's keep going.
If I hear any of this conversation, I am going to kind of rip off a piece of my, it doesn't have to do with the conversation, but if I'm near enough, I'm going to rip off a piece of my cloak and give it to Norgog, use as kind of a hanky to help him wipe his eyes.
That's gonna get gross so fast.
He can wring it out.
He says, unnecessary, but thank you. You guys pack up. Is there anything anybody else would like to do before you head out for the day? And say at this point, it's probably nearing noon. Well, no, you guys woke up pretty early, so probably more like nearing 10 a.m. or so.
Perfect.
Perfect indeed.
Okay.
All right.
You guys make out the further towards this
Hell
thing. Stop with the eyebrows, dude. I can't. Oh man. You guys head out with your steed carrying the wagon, Norgog and Milo in tow. As you guys make your way down this sort of cliff, you guys have to speed up a bit as it is a fairly steep incline for the wagon.
Oh jeez.
Do I need to make like an athletics check?
No, I did one for the horse. It goes fine, as the horse, sort of dictated by how you're doing, Artyom, makes its way down here. It is not necessarily a quiet process, and you do spook some of the husks as you guys are making your way through here. They're sort of wandering aimlessly currently, no real purpose. You head out of this field. I would like one more stealth check from everybody.
Oh shit. 12.
Same thing. 9.
How am I gonna roll a 4 and a 5 with advantage?
11.
Got them.
12. It would have been an 18.
Need 3 more.
I think we got
I did not.
9. I had a 12. Brittany had a 12, 9, and then 11.
Right.
So we're missing dwarves. 2.
13.
13. And then Gorham.
11.
Whew.
It's not a quiet process with this wagon. However, these things with not the greatest wisdom and a 5 on their roll are just sort of wandering aimlessly. You guys worry for a moment as one gets fairly close to you, maybe 20 or 15 feet off, stopping your steed and just sort of staring at it as it just sort of looks past all of you and then sort of turns around, wanders back into the smoke. You guys head out away from this compound, leaving it behind. On this travel, the wagon actually speeds up your travel decently with a couple of your slower members in it, or at least your slower members on mounts. As you guys make this journey, the ground just begins to become dry and cracked and is truly a wasteland. As I get back to my notes, these grounds lie ahead with no vegetation whatsoever, and what is there, Kaushik, you sort of keeping an eye out for these things, for anything that would replenish your herbalism kit. Everything that you see is just dead and decaying. The hopelessness that fills some of you currently is only exacerbated by the lands that are around you. Colors beyond gradients of white and gray and black are non-existent. You guys make your way through these lands. the smoke and trees that sort of dot the land burning from within, you start to see large rocky formations start to form on the sides of you. Artyom, I would like you to give me a survival check to continue following this green airflow.
That is a 17. What's my bonus to survival? 70 plus 8, so 25.
Okay.
Nice.
Taking some time at moments, having to stop and just wait for some of the smoke and fog to drift over you, realigning yourself and continuing this path. These sort of rocky formations become at one point just full-on plateaus on either side of you, hundreds of feet up on either side. You're making your way through this dead and decaying land, and after most of the day traveling through this, some of the smoke starts to clear out and it becomes easier to breathe. The green above you, Artyom, condensing even more and getting even more concentrated and easier to follow. You guys make your way through here, and eventually the smoke clears out from around you. Looking around here, you guys can assume you're only in what could be a dried riverbed at one point. Long dead, but it's what it may have been as you guys make your way through here. Eventually, something catches all of your attention and is not hard to spot at all as this land sort of breaks out in front of you. Color. For the first time, that is not some sort of black sludge and dead decaying materials. Vibrant greens, pinks, purples dot a plateau in front of you. On top, sort of tracing its way around the top of this plateau. No clear pathway up. You're several hundred feet, and probably well over 1,000 at this point, but it is that vibrant to see from here. And it sticks out like a sore thumb. So it is not difficult to see, but it sort of meets your eyes. It is the first color you've seen in days, probably.
About what time is it at this point that when we see this?
Like I said, you've traveled most of your day through
Most
this.
of the day?
Yeah. Dawn is weird here. Gandelwyn, as you've already found out, as the sun is not where it's always supposed to be. But currently it's almost straight overhead. And you guys know you've been traveling for well over 6 hours at this point. So
Okay.
Giving you a time would not necessarily for what time part in your day, around 2 or 3 p.m.
2 or 3. Okay. Interesting. Is the direction this colorful plateau, is this the direction the smoke is going in?
You can make a perception check for me. Well, actually, the smoke is cleared out at this point, and it is becoming much more concentrated. To follow this along now is no longer going to take perception checks, as the sky is clear here. Other than this green path of energy, and it is heading directly towards this plateau.
Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. I'm gonna kind of, I forgot to say, I had kind of taken up that position I'd been at before, about 30 feet from in the back. So I guess as we approach this, I'm gonna kind of catch back up a little bit.
Okay.
Right, kind of. So that's new.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. But it's where we're going, right?
I guess so. It's very strange. You would think that as we get closer to the source, it'd be more terrible. So I find this weird.
Definitely isn't some, black iron fortress of evilness that I expected it to be.
Right. You are more of nature expert and traveling. About how far off are we from this thing, do you think?
How far with a 22?
Just how far are you guys from this plateau
Yes.
that this is situated on top of? Like I said before, well over 1,000 feet, but it's within eyesight. You think you could get there probably within 30 minutes to an hour at most.
Yeah. As it's just it is now easier to follow. So maybe the time I'll get a bit ahead, see if I can see anything that'll be dangerous to us before we come up on it with those who are a little more incapacitated.
Well, you sure? Let's say. I mean,
I mean,
if you
considering
feel
what
like
was
this
at the
thing-
last place,
I could try sending Beric again.
how far ahead of you can better go?
About 1,000 feet.
You can get to 1,000 feet, then you'll know what he sees.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. But is there any kind of like coverage that would prevent Barrick from seeing the ground while he's ahead of us?
I couldn't move and do that at the same time.
Right, you would be
You can
incapacitated.
sit in cart. Either sit in cart or it will be better for me to do it. I just won't go as far ahead as Barrick can.
Yeah, you would. If you want to scout ahead until we get a little bit closer, and then once we get a little bit closer, we can stop and send Beric in. Obviously,
as
we're
we-
not going to take Milo up to the gates of this place.
Right, exactly. So I'll be a bit ahead and make sure we don't run into any nasty surprises like giant skin giants.
I want no skin in the game. In fact.
Yeah. So I guess we never stop moving, but instead of being in the back, I'm gonna try to get a little over like 100 feet
Okay.
ahead of everybody, like a good chunk. That'd be adequate for I can haul that amount of distance worth of ass in. But
It hurts to do
still
so
see
to speed
things.
up.
Right. So
It's not unbearable, but it is very, very much there. As you sort of speed up to pass around the group and get in front of everybody to scout out. Getting 100 feet, it makes its presence known for sure. I would like you to give me a perception check, and if you are also trying to be stealthy, a stealth check.
Mhm. Okay, so stealth check coming first.
Yep.
Oh, son of a shit. 16.
Okay.
And perception is what's my bonus to perception? I'm sorry. I haven't gotten to roll anything that's worth a fucking while. 20.
20.
Yep, total.
Okay.
30, 20.
You start moving up on this area, sort of plateaus off to either side by hundreds of feet, but there you're moving up. Not a lot of cover other than random rocks to either side of you. There's no trees on the ground. Down here is as dead as it's been. It's above you that is full of some sort of life. Sort of following this this airflow of green energy and just moving along. It's still pretty quiet. As you move your way closer to this, how close would you like to get to this? Directly under the plateau.
I kind of want to also kind of keep. Does it look like the green trail is going like up over the plateau, or is it like going down?
Make a perception check for me for that.
That one's an 18.
Okay. You see at this point it sort of widens and splits, and some of it disappears over the plateau to where you can no longer see. Well, all of the energy eventually disappears over this plateau to where you can't see currently. So it's all of it. The information I got to give sort of depends on how close you're going to get.
I want to say within like a couple 100 feet before I'll turn. Like I want to get within a couple 100 feet of it before I'll turn around and make my way back to them to let them know what I've seen.
Okay. The rest of the party is still moving behind Gandelwyn, just at 100 feet, or are you guys holding up until Gandelwyn reports back?
I probably would keep moving a little bit slower until he gets back. So.
Okay. All right, you guys moving half speed now, letting Gandelwyn do his thing as he sort of disappears behind a couple of rocks, continuing to move. Disappears for some of you. Some of you see Gandelwyn sort of darting, trying to be a little bit more sneaky in front of you between some rocky formations, getting closer and closer. At a couple of 100 feet out, you see that this green energy, for the most part, just sort of disappears over this plateau. You see what looks to be sort of a ravine carved in between these two plateaus. Further off to your right, and then what was your perception check?
18 for the smoke specifically. It was a 20
18.
just for general perception.
Okay, 20 for general perception. Gandelwyn, you see sort of a small shadow. It is probably about 60 feet off of you right now. Sort of dart behind a rock. Dart behind another rock.
Moving away or towards me?
Not keeping its distance. And
Well, so like moving parallel?
yeah.
Okay.
And you sort of see it sort of slow your movement. It doesn't move as well. You just see the sort of the silhouette of something pop out from the rocks. Move back behind.
Can I get any kind of like size
Uh,
off of that? Like
with
how big it looked?
with a 20, it's about the size of the rock pile it's beside, and the rock pile is maybe 3 foot tall.
So it looks like it'd be a smaller creature,
Right.
probably. And this is at about 200 feet away from the cliff, or this would be
from
on
the
my way
plateau
there? Okay.
itself. Yeah.
From the plateau. I'm just gonna pause and just wait for 30 seconds. Just sit completely still, kind of like get my squat lower to the ground,
Okay.
and keep an eye on that rock pile for about a solid 30 seconds.
All right. Just you sit there and watch it, and it after maybe a couple of seconds of you just sitting there looking out for it, it to another rock pile further away, closer towards the plateau, and then disappears.
And it disappears. After it disappears, I'm going to, as quickly but as still as stealthily as possible, make my way back to the group.
Okay. You're not changing anything you're doing up. You can keep that same stealth roll.
Okay.
You make your way back to the group without issue.
Okay, I get back, then I'm kind of come. So it would appear the energy goes over and kind of spreads out over the plateau. However, there was something keeping pace with me for a while before going off towards the plateau itself. Looked smaller. I couldn't get a good idea of what it was necessarily, but I didn't want to go chasing after it. So
They might know we're coming then.
something might know we're coming in, or at least know as I am here.
All right. How far away were we from the plateau now?
After moving at half speed, Gandelwyn getting maybe 100 or 200 feet away, you guys are still probably, about 500-600 feet.
Okay.
You're nearing it now. If you guys are continuing to move.
I'll take a look with Beric and see if I can see what's going on.
Okay.
I'll send Birdo out there to do
Alright.
things.
Let's get a perception check, and then you tell me where you're going with Beric.
All right. Perception that's a dirty 20, 16 plus 4.
Okay.
And I was going to keep him lower to the ground until it can get up to the top of this plateau to not get quite into the gas.
Right. You send Beric ahead, losing sight with him. After are you wait, your range is 100 feet to see through his eyes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not, he's going to be reporting back to you. So he's going to be, and just to make sure I get the right explanation for you, he's keeping low to the ground, and then he's going to be going up the plateau to look sort of over the plateau.
Right.
Okay. Waiting there, or continuing to move.
Probably wait.
Okay. With a 20, Eric reports back to you in about 10 or 15 minutes as he sort of brings back, and he says, I don't have a voice for Barrick, so if you want a voice for Barrick, let me know. He just telepathically communicates to you that that one, which Gandelwyn has already communicated, there's a large ravine sort of carved through on the side of this plateau, that on top of this plateau, lush green vegetation nearly everywhere. And staying away from the gas, or not the gas, but the energy is difficult, as it gets fairly low to the ground at this point on top of this tall plateau. But after it hits the top of the plateau, it sort of disappears into a couple of different directions. Further down into the plateau, there seems to be a sinkhole on top. He couldn't really see inside because it's sort of covered with vegetation. And then there was more coming from sort of light streams coming from the side of the ravine. He sounds like Gilbert Gottfried. I'll have that ready for you next time. Don't try me. I will do it, goddammit.
There was a ravine.
You think I'm afraid to look like an idiot? I am an idiot.
I look like an idiot every day.
I was born in the stupid. Molded by it.
Hey, Liam. So my speed halved, just for future reference. My speed halved is technically 17.5. What would you call that? 17?
Round up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So does he just round all the way up to 20 since you move by 5-foot squares?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Word. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Why not just round all the way back up to your normal speed?
Nope.
Why not?
Round the 50.
We're gonna round him back down to dead. You keep asking for stuff. Huh?
Oh.
Okay.
No, 20.
Oh,
20's
no.
awesome. 20's awesome.
I'll relay to the rest of the group. It sounds like, from what Beric was saying, it sounds like the gas might be going into some kind of lush vegetation sinkhole on the top of the plateau, or at least spreading around inside of it.
Did he see any living creatures?
He did not mention.
You ask him.
I'll ask him, sure.
He did not.
No, he says he didn't see anything. He also didn't see any small creatures scurrying about. So,
It was what I meant, yes, but
right.
I guess we'll just keep an eye out.
Well, was there a way up the plateau that you saw?
Did I see a way up?
No, you definitely didn't. Barrick reports back to you no as well. He didn't go too far over the plateau. He sort of stopped where this, knowing where your goal is, he sort of stopped where this green energy sort of disappears below this vegetation. And sort of the light streams coming from the ravine itself. This is where he stopped. He didn't see any sort of way to get on top.
Okay.
All right.
And the thing, when I saw it leave, the direction it was heading in was underneath the plateau.
That is correct. You saw it sort of disappear, and it disappeared. Well, it was off to your right, if you do recall, and sort of disappeared in that direction. You really didn't see where it went to, being that far away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if this thing is
Sort of putting two and two together, this thing looked like it went towards the direction of this sort of large carved area on the right side of the plateau.
kind of that ravine
Yeah.
area. Well,
If he continued his path.
all right. Well,
I say he did.
whatever it was I saw was headed in the direction of that ravine. It may be that you said there was like a sinkhole or something that the energy seemed to be going into.
Yes, that's what Beric said. That
So
was like
there, maybe that rather than going in from the top, there may be an entrance in this ravine area
I think you were saying the sinkhole was on the top of the plateau.
Right, right. But then the energy was going down on top. It may be that it goes down from the top, but that there's an entrance to wherever it goes on the side near this in this ravine area.
Are you saying you want to look for one?
I mean, do you have a better way to get all the way on top of a plateau?
You could climb. That was going to be the plan. Obviously,
Looks at
Milo's
cart
not gonna...
with Milo in it, like
Obviously, Milo's not going to
and
be coming with us.
Melgrim.
I can put Milgram on my back.
I would say perhaps climbing it should be Plan B. Yeah, take a look. I mean, you guys can go closer to where be looking for a climbing area, and I can go over take a look at the ravine real quick. Come back.
Yeah, is there an area I can look around, sort of in the general area, to see if there would be a more obscured area to try and hide this cart?
You're gonna be hard pressed to find one. Give me a perception check.
Oh, that's a good one. That's 24.
Okay. You guys keep moving towards the plateau and search for any sort of cover for this wagon.
Yeah, I kind of have to.
Okay.
I can't move 10 feet away from the steed or it'll disappear.
All right.
Oops.
With a 24, I'll say you guys make your way further down, and the plateau sort of adjacent to the ones you're heading towards. There's a large crack in one side of one, large enough to where you think you could shove the cart into it. But it's just sort of black and disappears into the side of this cliff face.
All right.
Is there any kind of like?
Does this seem like a thing that we wouldn't be able to get it back out if we put it in there?
I know. I mean, it would take some work, but if you got it in there, you'd be able to get it back out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is there anything you or Norgog could do to like magically hide it a little better, like make it a little even more obscured? I don't know.
I don't.
This is...
Not that wouldn't kill Milo outright.
Oh, okay. Yes, let's not do that. That's very counterproductive.
1 second.
Okay.
As he begins to look on the
He pulls out his phone and looks through spell list and D&D.
As he looks at D&D Beyond, he yeah, no. Just I could potentially put him in the wall. It
I
would.
feel like that would kill him.
He'll be okay.
Elaborate.
It's.
I'm not sure what that word means, but I said it anyway. So explain.
I can meld him into the stone. It may not hurt. It won't hurt him.
And will he, breathe?
I can make it to where he'll breathe. He'll be fine. But it will take a lot out of me.
Oh. Do we want to do that, or do we want to just take our chances with this hiding spot? Let's look at everybody else. Like this has to be a group decision.
I don't think we should leave anything or restrain anything unless we have to. So,
Okay.
I feel like unless someone feels differently, we try and obscure this cart in this crack as much as we can and go into this sinkhole or whatever's up there with the biggest guns we have possible.
What is a gun?
Like a spell cannon. An Eldritch cannon?
Is it like the tar cannons?
No, those are like
No?
boat cannons.
Oh, Jesus.
Those are like boat cannons. Oh,
the ancestors.
I do not. Okay. I'm
Milo
not sure I
stirs
quite
in his
understand.
coma.
Milo
I'm not
gives
sure I quite understand.
Kaushik is just sitting there. Milo gives the slightest twitch.
Well, if you would like to search for perhaps a good spot to climb up, how far away can you talk to Barrick, or can Barrick talk to you?
It's only like 100 feet or so, but I can send him out and he can come back and talk.
What What if you send Beric with me? I will go and take Beric to check crack. And if it's a good spot, he'll fly as close as he can and tell you guys to come back while I keep an eye on things. So that we have, eyes on wherever the entrance is. If not, then I will head back and we can use Beric to make sure I can get to wherever we are climbing up at.
If you feel like that's the way is this idea,
I mean,
what does everyone else
it'll
think?
make sure we can keep an eye on things at all times.
Okay,
Okay. All right.
Let's go for it.
Pilgrim, Koshik.
I'll start looking for a climbing spot, and I will go off with Beric towards the ravine area, looking for entrances that lead into the side of the plateau and stuff.
I'd like to help with that perception check.
Okay.
And I am stealthing. I will be stealthing.
Right. How are you helping with the perception check, our team?
By looking at the plateau that we're
From here?
Yeah,
So I'm having to go all the way to the ravine
Gandelwyn's going into the ravine currently alone.
with Beric.
okay.
Well,
have a
yeah,
bird.
with Beric.
Okay.
So
So
Is that, would you say, 60 feet away or perhaps more?
Hey, I was muted because I was trying to press my push to talk, but I was going to say before Gandelwyn goes, I'm going to give him a tap on the shoulder and give him some guidance.
Okay.
how long does guidance last?
it lasts around.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
Or
guidance
maybe-
lasts 6 seconds. Or is it a
Might.
minute?
A minute.
1 minute?
Could I apply it to my stealth check as I on my way out?
Have you already rolled?
I have not rolled it yet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you
Okay.
can.
Okay, so oh Jesus Christ, picking up D4 is a pain in the dick. Okay. Oh, that's a good thing. Shit. 15 total. That's with the D4.
Okay.
And then for perception, you want me to go ahead and roll that, or you want me to just?
Crowley's going to wait till he's 60 feet up, and then he's going to hit him with guidance.
All right.
Because his goes a little further.
I don't know if that will last long enough for it to help me looking at the ravine.
This
okay.
this is going to depend on how close the party is getting currently. As you guys are making your way up to this cliff face now, in order to be that close and to assist him getting into this, if the party is getting very close, sort of under this plateau by the ravine, I'll say that's fine. But it depends on your positioning. So where are you guys going? The majority, as Gandelwyn sort of sneaks off in this direction. Because if you've been traveling this slowly the entire time, you're less than 100 feet away from the plateau itself.
Right. I guess I was a little bit confused as to how close to the plateau we were.
Well,
is all.
that's
I
what I'm
thought that
saying.
we were like in easy visual range to see like, oh, this area over here looks like it's, at a better incline for you to climb up type kind of thing.
Right.
That's not what I'm looking for right now.
Okay.
I'm going because I had seen a creature go off kind of towards like the side of the plateau where there's a ravine, and I'm looking to see if there's an entrance, like there's like a cave or something that goes in the ravine in the direction of the plateau.
Okay.
Okay. And Artyom, as far as the rest of the party guys, you tell me where you're at, because you were far enough away. You were 500-600 feet, and if you haven't progressed anymore, that's fine. I need to know where you guys are traveling up to. So you guys just make a decision about how close you're getting to this ravine and how far you're letting Gandelwyn get in front of you. Are you guys getting right up under the plateau, or are you guys holding back and waiting on Gandelwyn?
Well, you can hold back for now.
Yeah. So.
And if Gandelwyn gets into any kind of trouble, Barrett can come and alert me.
Okay.
That was the point of taking Beric.
All right.
Okay.
So you've rolled your stealth check for 15. Roll a perception check as you sort of sneak down this ravine.
Son of a shit. 12.
Can Barrick use the help action? I
Yeah.
meant to ask that before.
Yes. That's like the only thing that they can do.
Okay. With not being in range of you, can he still do that
I
I don't
hope
know.
so.
for other people?
I don't know how he would help with a perception check unless he was just like pointing like a greyhound.
I mean, you've given him instruction to sort of go with Gandelwyn. So If he
I
is
don't-
also keeping an eye out and
I
sees
mean,
anything,
it says they can do the help action. I don't know if there's anything saying that it can only use the help action for. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can help other people.
I didn't know if there was any sort of range. If that's the case, go ahead and roll for Barrick Artium.
Okay.
Roll.
So he doesn't give me advantage. He just rolls separately.
Go either RTM rolls for Barrick or Gandelwyn rolls for advantage. Either one, guys.
I-
Yep.
6.
I would just give him advantage.
Okay.
Okay, because I did until we start. I went ahead and rolled it before we started, like getting into. It's like exactly how that works. That's a 21 instead.
Okay. Gandelwyn, as you sort of make your way in this ravine, Barrick flies off your shoulder onto a rock in front of you. And you move. You've probably traveled about 40 or 50 feet down this ravine so far. He lands on a rock on the side of this cliff face, looking up as this sort of vegetation, some of it just hanging off as if it just suddenly ends there. And you see a small crack in the side of the plateau, and you see what look to be like little claw marks and like patterns, traffic patterns in and out of this.
Okay. I don't know how well Barrick takes verbal commands. But about how far away am I from this crack? Like where I'm sitting right now?
You would have to walk around. It is hidden. With a well, to you, a boulder that comes up to about your chest, but this crack in the wall is probably 2 feet high.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is not large at all. It looks
How wide is it? So like shoulder width ish, but only this high.
Yeah, maybe shoulder width-ish,
That'd be some
depending on some of
crawling.
your party.
Oh boy.
Girthy.
As you continue on sort of looking at this, you hear some water running.
Like behind me or in front of me?
In further down this
Further down,
ravine
okay.
area. You also with this sort of see this like greenish dried sludge on the ground. That's every now and again just sort of flows towards you, sort of like it's moving down this direction.
I just want to find a good spot to be that has a good line of sight on this crack. As well as that has a fair amount of underbrush, I guess, to kind of post up in, and Barrick, go relay this to Artyom and the others. And I wait to see if he actually does anything. Sweet. I just wait, keep an eye on that crack to see if anything enters, anything leaves, that kind of thing.
Okay. Nothing happens. You're just sort of sitting there, watching it. RTM Barrett comes back and relays this information that Gandelwyn has found a small crack in the ground.
Goddamn
Barrick
Barrick.
says Gandelwyn found a small crack in the ground.
It's in the wall.
In the yes, no. He relays
Okay.
what Gandelwyn saw to you guys. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. He relays
Like,
that Gandelwyn
hold
found a small crack in the
Guys,
side of
I
this
found-
plateau,
found
with
a hole.
what looked like traveled. It was well traveled.
All right, let's go ahead and get in there. We can just meet up with him. I don't think he would have sent Barrick back unless he wanted us to come. So let's go. We can try to be sneaky. I'm not going to put too much investment in him, unless we haven't seen a soul out here except for that one creature, and Gandelwyn seemed to not even know if it was a creature. It could have just been, I don't know, a dog.
Big ass dog.
Yeah.
Big doggy.
Okay.
Okay, you guys make your way closer to this ravine area where Gandelwyn is eventually finding him sort of hidden in some rocky areas, just sort of keeping an eye on this. Quick point of order: did you guys bring Milo with you, or did you shove him
No.
back in the plateau back behind you, adjacent to this?
We left Milo.
Shoved.
Okay.
Because we abandoned him.
Okay.
He'd die if he's up here with us. What do
That's
you
also
want?
true.
Trying to keep him as obscured as possible. Kind of like the same thing that we did
Yeah,
last
I know
time.
we did.
Let
it
me get
before.
some retroactive,
fine.
trying to keep him obscured as possible. If you're gonna do that, let me get
Stealth or
some
survival.
survival.
From
Oh, that's a
everybody?
13.
Okay.
Yikes.
Someone assisting, or I saw some other dice getting wound up. So let me get one other person to roll.
I'm just
19
messing
plus
with
4.
All right,
Nice. Hell yeah.
I'm just messing with my D8. Oh, jeez.
guys, obscure it as much as possible. Sort of dusting away some. Kasha getting the good idea to sort of dust away some of these wagon trail or wagon wheel tracks.
God.
That back directly up into this cavern, so you get rid of those where those are going. You feel like he's fairly obscured.
Might be.
You guys make your way around to Gandelwyn, finding this crack on the other side. Gandelwyn, you notice while you're sitting there, there's a similar sized one in the plateau right behind you, as you're sort of in between this side, sort of just right here on the other side. You sit there and you sort of look at it. It's got the same sort of like claw marks on the
So
other side.
which one is going? One's going into the plateau itself.
Yeah, well, both of them are going into a plateau. One of them is going into the plateau with the vegetation and where the green energy is going in on top.
Okay, that's the one. Okay, yeah. All right, cool. But they are in both of them.
Correct. It is like probably at this point it's fairly fairly tight, maybe 6 feet across with sort of rocky debris all around. Looking up further ahead into the ravine, it looks like it widens out quite a bit.
Okay. All right. I'm keeping an eye on things until either Barrick returns and tells me something somehow, or they show up.
Eric does not return. You start to see the heads of your party start to pop around in the corner
Alright,
of this area.
After they get closer, I'll kind of go up to them, still trying to remain fairly circumspect. It is not a large entrance, but it does appear to go into the plateau. Could very well lead to some larger chamber that has something to do with this green energy.
You said that there was something about claw marks around the edge of it?
Mhm.
Could I roll a survival check to see if that would seem like any type of wildlife, or if it was just like people trying to squeeze in and out, or?
It'd be hard to tell that via just the claw marks.
I mean to the point, does it look like there are hands coming out, or if it looks like there are insects with pinchers coming out?
Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll a survival check.
19.
Okay, they don't appear to be pincers or anything like that. These grooves are fairly small on the outside of it, and there's a couple of them, and there's also sort of like grooves on the ground as well. From your best guess, whatever this thing is, it has claws on feet and hands.
Okay. Multiple claws? You said 2?
What it looks like is feet and hands. Is
Okay.
that because you see them on the ground as well on the walls around it.
Okay. All right.
It is a puppy.
It was a dog the whole time. Yeah, you gamble. You're so stupid.
Shrug. I do not know. I'm not taking any chances. So we either try to go in through here or back to plant the other, and which is climb on top and then see if we can scale down where the green energy is going in, which, considering it is not very good for your health, might be unwise.
We're yeah, it's a risky thing. Would the Artyom even be able to fit in that hole?
Looking at it, the dwarves, you guys would have a tough time.
Can Barrick check it out? Can you see in the dark?
Bear cannot see in dark.
Oh shit. Me neither. Oh well.
And Bear can't even carry daggers, so he's he's a bird.
Hey, some birds can see in the
They're
dark.
having this conversation, this sort of green sludge that's sort of trapped in between the plateau and where the ground runs underneath it. It's sort of just green sludge just keeps tracking along. Some of it just sort of disappearing under the plateau into various crevices and whatnot. It's just kind of slowly moving down this area.
Does that seem like sludge coming just like the same color green as the junk in the sky?
It doesn't seem to have any sort of relation. It's different. It's just looks like green sludge. There's not much. Just looking back and forth, it doesn't seem to, other than the fact that it's green, doesn't really hold any sort of resemblance. There we go.
Okay.
Right.
And the origin point from it was where?
Further down into the ravine.
So it's coming up the ravine?
It is coming towards you guys at sort of this delta that you guys are at.
Okay.
So, what would we like to do? There's some kind of entrance here. Will be a bit of a squeeze for several of us. Or to climb to the top of this plateau and try our chances going down the hole.
I wish Milo was awake. He could
Fly? Yes.
well, no, there is that. He can like give light to like a pebble or something, and Barrett could carry it.
That would be very helpful. Yes. So,
well, who's the tiniest? I think that's probably
Probably me.
Gandelwyn.
probably me. Just like looks around like, yeah, yes. Aside from the height part, but even then, I am not very tall.
It's the
Well,
width.
you're
I can
Figure out.
I can go in the hole in the wall. But
you found it. Go have
Okay.
fun. Here, you can have that.
how far away can you talk in my head from?
Is I kind of have to see you.
Can you like do it ahead of time at all?
Yeah, sure.
And I can like respond.
You're about 60 or about 70 feet or so.
Okay, I will. We could. Shall we do that so I can, if it's that short, I can at least update you.
Sure.
Or if I'm about to get murdered, I can at least let you know. A few screams. Okay. Well, I can't see in the dark either, so this is going to be fun.
I said I was gonna hand you the dagger.
Oh, you're gonna hand me the dark. All right, sweet. So, fucking.
Better?
Does it look like some of my other equipment would get caught on like the walls of this?
It's going to be a tight squeeze for anybody here. You having the easiest time out of everybody, maybe not caught. I mean, you don't know is the real answer, because on this entrance you could probably squeeze through just fine, but you don't know what it's going to be like once you get in there.
I'm gonna unhook my sword belt, as well as my bow quiver, which has almost nothing left in it, as well as my longbow, and just kind of like hand it to, I don't know, I guess hand it to Arjun. Please keep an eye on these until I come back. I'd be very sad if any of this got lost.
All right,
And
takes the bow and throws it into the sludge.
bitch.
It's not a large amount of sludge. It is very, very much just sort of this trickling, seeping, viscous material, it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
After like getting some of my more unwieldy stuff off of my person, I'll take the glowing dagger and crawl into the crack in the side of the wall.
Okay.
I'm not
Best
on
plan ever.
Oh god, and nobody said anything else. Okay. So yes,
I'll give
I am doing
I'll
my
give you
best.
guidance as you go through. And a little slap on your swollen ass feet.
Oh Jesus.
God.
Ouch.
Guidance.
Damn it. But yeah.
You hear echo from outside of here. All right, Gandelwyn, you force your way into the side of this crack, and that is where we will take our break and sort of disappearing down into this darkness.
Dun dun dun.
Great.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it very much. We're going to go get some drinks and stuff. We will be back shortly. Give us about 15 minutes or so, and we will continue on and see where this goes. Hey, guys.
I'm gonna fucking
BRB.
die. Bye.
And we are back.
Hello.
We got a lot of Ric Flairs in here today.
Die. I'm hyping myself up for death.
Hello, everyone, and we are back. Continue on this Eberron adventure. Where last we left off, Gandelwyn decided to scout ahead for his party. My mic is a bit loud, I think. Decided to scout out ahead of his party, venturing into the side of this plateau underneath where they think they need to go. As Gandelwyn sort of shoved his small frame into the crack below and started climbing through. That is where we left off. So Gandelwyn, as you muscle your way through, clearly this is not built even for, turn my music down a little bit more, even for a person of your stature. You muscle your way through a little bit. You see, with the help of the moon dagger in front of you, you see some of these claw marks still on the sides of the walls and on the floor in front of you. You make your way in, and about not too far in, maybe 25 feet or so, you come to a split. There is a tunnel that travels parallel for now, straight ahead. There is one that splits off to your right and up from what you can see right now.
You said I'm only about 20 feet in at this point.
About 25 feet, yeah.
Okay, so Artyom established that mind link or whatever
Works about 50
before I
feet.
went in. So I'm gonna think at Artyom that you'd be able to. You said 50 feet?
Yeah,
No,
it goes
25.
up to 50 feet. And I would like to say, I mean, you're 25 feet in. You'd have to yell, but you could yell back to them if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm trying
Your
to
choice.
maintain as much silence. As
Wanted to
possible.
make sure you knew that your options were open.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, I'll think back to him. Like, about 25 feet in, there's a split. I'm taking the right, and start taking the right split.
All right.
Okay. You take the right split and continue up.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
I would like you, as this starts to ramp up, I'd like you to roll. It's going to have to be athletics.
Fuck.
As you start to climb up, after about 10 feet, you start to slide back down a little bit, catch yourself. This is going to take a little bit out of you to climb all the way where this is going.
Gotcha. 10.
10. You muscle through and you don't slide back down. You make very, very slow progress as you sort of set your elbows in. Your muscles start to wear out. You sit there a moment. Muscle your way up again. Where you wear out. It's taken a toll on you to do this. And this sort of area doesn't widen at all for you. Some points it gets smaller and pinches you in, and you have to take and like squeeze your body and sort of push up through the area. I don't know how Gandelwyn feels about claustrophobia, but I hate it, and
Ian hates it.
Yeah, I was about to say
I'm
I'm getting actually uncomfortable describing it, so we will move past that, and I would like another athletics check for you to continue up.
11.
11.
Go up by 1.
Okay, well it's you continue forward. Your muscles still straining on your way up, but eventually you start to see a break of day in front of you. At this point, you're not exactly sure. You've traveled maybe 80 feet at this point, muscling yourself forward, and it's taken you some time to do this.
Okay, I'm pretty sure. Like, I was told that it wouldn't reach that far. I'm gonna think at Artyom anyway. I'm like, can you still heal me? No. Okay.
Nothing.
Gonna keep trying to, I guess, see if I can get up towards where that break of daylight is at.
Okay, this does take some time for Gandelwyn to do this, as he's muscling his way up. Is there anything that you guys would like to do down and out here while he does this? No?
I'll take a peek around outside just in case. To see if there's any.
Go ahead. Describe where you're taking a peek at.
Just up the side and kind of up around the side of the plateau.
Okay.
To see if we needed to quickly try and scale the side of it, where might be the best immediate place to kind of jump to.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Natural one.
Nice.
Right here is pretty sheer. You look up above you. So, like I said, to Gandelwyn, some of the vegetation hanging off the side. Other than that, you're not exactly sure.
Cool.
Kaushik, Gorham, Melgrim, anything while you guys are sitting here, sort of waiting on Gandelwyn? Gandelwyn is gone for 25 to 30 minutes doing this.
After he's probably out of range to where I'm unable to communicate with him anymore, I will yell into the hole, like, "Hey!"
Damn it.
Okay.
I thought we were trying to be stealthy.
Our team, you
We literally didn't stealth up to this entire facility.
Is this really a facility? It's a hole in the wall.
Plateau.
This facility is very advanced.
That's plot 2.
oh, another plane switch. Now we're in Shadowrun.
Oh, jeez.
Hell yeah.
Ah, Titan.
Um,
Titan. Oh no.
how loud are you yelling, our team?
Ah, shit.
A medium shout.
Okay. Gandelwyn, roll me a perception check for me.
Oh, for the love of fuck. 11.
Okay. You over the sounds of you clawing at the side and over your own breath right now, sort of in this very contained space, you don't hear them, unfortunately. Our team, you get no response.
All right.
Okay. Anything else, guys? All right. We'll continue right along.
So, how? We're just gonna let him.
Yeah,
travel
if,
in there.
if he's not said anything for 10 minutes, and I'll wait for a second for him to not say anything in the first one. I'll try to get his attention again and yell a little bit louder.
Okay. Roll another perception check, Gandelwyn.
With my head in the end of the thing.
That is a
Maybe.
16.
Difficult to do, RTM, but wedging yourself in here, sort of, and yelling down further. Gandelwyn, you hear the distant voice sort of echoing around the corners up to you of RTM yelling up towards you.
Can I make out what he's saying at all?
He just said, hey.
I get at this point I just kind of welp. I just what? Back down the hole.
22.
Yeah. You
I
hear
don't
him.
say anything back.
Dick.
He's not
Fuck.
dead.
I'm muttering under my breath.
Ah,
You yell down, what? And you get no response, Gandelwyn. Someone probably just killed RTM. You continue your way up the side of this. Towards-
Good.
Yeah, the one said I can only hope.
towards this break of day. You end up pushing yourself. Actually, before I say that you do, you get to this sort of ledge. What would you like to do? What you can see immediately, sort of staying about 10 feet down into this crack. You are popping up sort of at an angle. Above you, you see just rough rock and stone, and you see some shoots of green vegetation.
And there's light up there.
Yeah, you see light. It is
Is it like
very
a decent
brightly lit.
amount of light?
Yes,
Okay.
it is very brightly lit.
I'm gonna take the moon dagger and shove it into my belt at the back.
Okay.
So that it's covered up by my cloak. As best I can, I guess. And try to raise my hood before trying to, as quietly as possible, make my way kind of up past this to kind of so I can get a kind of see what is up there.
Okay. You muscle your way up top. Give me a stealth check for me.
Would this be based on auditory or visual?
Visual.
22.
Okay. You make your way up, being quiet about it at this point, sort of taking a moment to catch your breath so you're not breathing so loudly. Start breathing through your nose and move up out of here. You're met with daylight to your right as you crawl up here. And you just see that the cliff ends there, about maybe 15 feet that way to your right. You see like a platform, and it just ends. To your left, much more notably, you have a amalgamation of vines and tree life and vegetation that are just tightly knit together. Logs, tree branches, briars, you name it, that are just sort of spanning this entrance. And across from you, this sort of oval entrance in front of you, it just continues around. It's like a large hole on the side of this plateau. You continue to climb out?
Yeah, I want to get like a full view of what's up here.
Okay.
And you said there's a cliff that leads like out into the open, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I gotta see where that is. I kind of, once I first get up there, once I ascertain that there's nothing immediately threatening, I want to kind of take a look over the side and kind of left and right and see if I can at all pinpoint where I am in relation to where I left them at.
Okay. You climb up there. To your left, this large like mat of vegetation spans probably the length of this entrance. It does span the length of this entranceway, which is 40 feet or so, probably more, 40 or 50 feet. You see one large, what looks like either a vine or some sort of log or tree branch across the top of this with what languages do you speak?
Common and halfling.
Okay. You don't know what it says, but there are etchings in the top of this thing.
Noted.
You climb out and you sort of getting some vertigo as you are about 80 to 100 feet up currently.
Okay.
You look down and out. You have this sort of slow moving green sludge off to your right that is coming straight down the face of this plateau, maybe 10 or 15 feet. And sort of getting your bearings. You can't see your party as it sort of bends around this direction, but they would be that way to your right.
Okay, so it like curves around. So I've come up and then to this way, and I'm at an entrance that way. Okay. And this mat. So is that all that? Like I'm just on kind of like a sheer cliff face.
Right.
Like
I mean,
cliff area,
there's
and then there's a mat of some kind with etchings and stuff.
right. There's probably 25 feet for you to work with. It's not like you're not in danger of falling off. There's a good amount of space up here. It's a very large entrance.
But there's not like another exit.
Other than the one you just climbed up of and straight down. No.
It's straight down. So is this like I'm sorry, I just want to clarify. Is this like a kind of cavern thing that's carved out of the side of the plateau, or is there open air above
We will
me?
look at it right now and roll 20.
Okay. So I just try to clarify exactly what I'm looking at here.
Yeah, absolutely. Did I actually close roll 20? I'm such a dummy. Oh no, I did not have it up with a note. So we will click over here. And of something of note for you, Gandelwyn, right above you in the sort of seeping from the top of this mat of vines and vegetation, just a sort of lazy trail of green energy.
Of the green energy, not the sludge.
Correct.
Okay.
You see it, and it disappears around the top of the cliff going up from you.
Okay, so for context, if I climbed up this mat, it would take me on top of the plateau.
Nope, we're about to look at it right now.
Okay.
As I move you guys over to the entrance, and we will move over there as well, everybody watching.
Okay.
So this is not a standard battle map in the sense that I wanted to make something that had a little bit of verticality. Up here is above you, Gandelwyn. You are right about here.
So I'm standing on a bunch of plants and stuff.
Yeah, around your foots, around your feet, you have a bunch of roots and stone further back into this area right here into the darkness is where you sort of see this vine and just vegetation matted together, blocking further in.
Okay, and then so I am like in a hole in the wall of this cliff going.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I figured. Shit. I guess I'm gonna take a hard look in there. You said there's a log, and that's what has the writing on it of some kind.
Correct.
While I can't speak it, I'm gonna do my best to get a general gist of what the writing looks like. I guess like if it's really angular, or just if maybe it was like describe. If anybody happen to know what that is? It's not my best idea, but
Roll an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
Shit. Holy shit, that's actually really good. 18.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you take note of it, and just some of the shapes and whatnot, sort of trace your palm with it, just sort of committing it to memory. You think you have a decent idea. If you were trying to describe it to your team, you could.
Okay. I guess after looking at that, clarifying that there's not really any exit from this way except the one that I came from, and start wiggling my way back down the hole.
Okay. One more athletics check, or two more athletics checks for me.
Shit. I'm gonna fucking fall and die. I'm just gonna roll at the same time. First one is a 14, second one's an 18.
Okay. No falling. You do slide a little bit, but it makes it faster on the way back down.
Fantastic.
But eventually making your way out to your party.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of. Oh. Well, on the bright side, that was fairly uneventful. You said there are two splits a little bit in the way. I've only gone up the right side. It goes on for a while. It's fairly steep, but it comes out on in a hole in the cliff. There's a matted wall of vines and roots and stuff with a big log on the top that has some writing on it, and I'm gonna find like a patch of dirt or something, and I'm gonna trace what it said as best as I can. I couldn't read it, but this is about what it looked like, I think.
Okay.
If anybody speaks to this, if anybody can read it at all.
What's everybody's languages?
I go first, I guess. Common, Dwarvish, Halfling, and Orc.
Okay, Gorham, you're not sure what it is.
Common, Dwarvish, Elvish.
Kaushik, you're not sure what it is.
Common, Draconic, Elvish.
Okay.
Halfling and Kiori.
Okay.
And Druidic, technically.
Yeah. Melgrim?
Common, Dwarvish, and
Was common and Dwarvish. All right. Crowley, you actually know what this means. It is Draconic. And it is the Draconic symbol for Gandelwyn, I'll let you pick. You rolled really well. Where in this phrase did you pick it from?
I'm not sure.
The very beginning, the very end. Where did you pick it from?
Based on like sentence structure of normal languages,
Yep.
probably closer to the middle, because that
Somewhere
might
in the
have more
middle?
important words.
Okay. He writes on this symbol, Crowley, it is the Draconic symbol for raging.
Well, this is the symbol for raging.
Maybe they're
What-
barbarians. Oh,
Where,
sorry.
where in the sentence did you get this?
It was somewhere in the middle. So something, raging, something. I guess I don't know.
Well, it is Draconic, as we said. So there you go.
But yes, there was that. There was some of that green energy that was kind of like leaking up out of. Was it coming from like the roots and stuff?
Best
Was
you
it like
could
coming
tell.
out of there and leaking up out the side?
Exactly.
Okay. And as I described that, like yes, there appeared to be that some of that green energy coming out of that mess of stuff and going up and over, up higher up onto the plateau.
You were not able to get through the roofs or anything?
I mean, I could try, but I figured I'd been gone a while. So,
Well, I appreciate you coming back. It
It
was
is
quite a long time, so we're
yes,
starting to
I
get worried.
started yelling at me, which, thank goodness, that didn't alert anything to my presence. Or maybe it did, I don't know. But, yes, like I said, I didn't go up the left-hand path yet. I can also check up there. Or we can... The green energy seems to be going up. We can... It's, the opening was, like, around... I'm going to point, like, down around the bend. And you said it was, like, 100 feet up?
Yeah, 80 to 100 feet up.
80 to 100 feet. The opening where I came up at on the right is out over this way. It's about 100 feet up the cliff, up the side.
Oh, apparently I know Draconic, I guess from lizard people?
Then you would know the symbol as well.
Raging. But yes, so we can try to. I know fitting everybody through the tunnel probably isn't the best, but if we could somehow get everybody scaled up the side to it, we could do that. I can go check the left. I can go back up and try to get through the roots and other foliage blocking whatever that is.
I don't know if I'm fitting.
You're
here.
right. I don't think there are very many of us that can fit through there. So going up the side of wherever is going to be either to get all the way up or to get to where I just was. It's probably going to be the best bet for getting everybody there.
I mean, I hate to ask, but could you go up there with some rope? Could you do your any points back towards the hole?
I mean, yes, I imagine so. Do we want to check the left at all, or do we just want to go with the right side?
I'd like to see what the message said. Could you
Yeah.
kind of give me a good estimation of where it's at on the side of the cliff?
I mean, I can probably, like, if we walk around, I could probably point at it's a big hole in the side of the cliff, so it's kind of hard to miss.
All right, I'll
I can walk him around the side, or as far as I would have to go to be like, that big ass hole right there.
Right. Do you,
Yeah,
do you guys do that?
yeah, I'll walk over there with him and
Okay.
scoot Barrick up there to read what it says.
All right. You guys, does everybody sort of make their way around here, or just Gandelwyn and our team?
I'll go with them, sure.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Those that do are greeted with exactly this site on the side of this plateau. As you do, you sort of see this lazy sludge that pouring down, just this viscous white sludge or green sludge, making its way down, just sort of tracing its way through the rocks and sort of cliff face here. This, I mean, map doesn't do it justice. It's not completely sheer, but it's as
Right.
it just sort of makes its way down. You send Barrick up. How far? Oh, he's 100 feet, right? Yeah. So you'd be able to just get him on the sort of that ledge as he sits there and you're looking through his eyes. Artyom, you read this out and it says, brutes, imbeciles, and crowds, ever raging and ever loud, yet true change persists in quiet, a symphony of silent riots.
Could you paste that?
Can.
Read that out one more time.
Here, I'll post it in the Twitch chat.
Oh.
Here you go.
All right.
So you sort of take this information in and read it out to your party.
Yes.
Okay. As RTM sort of rattles this off, still in Barrick's vision, the rest of you hear this phrase as well.
I hate riddles. Anybody have any idea what that might mean?
No idea.
Sounds like something a bard would write. Looks at Crowley.
It's very pointed.
That is indeed very pointed. From what I can tell, it's just asking for whatever change needs to happen. You must be silent, but silent, Koshe. But
Someone's got the chip bag, please.
yeah, that's me. Sorry, I'm going through my rations, man. Reading these things makes me hungry. Let's see. But yeah.
Sounds like maybe this might be the source of all of our woes. The disease are saying that you're going to get made into fungus after you're dead and get changed real good. That's what I think.
I don't know. I can't. Do we want me to? I can take some rope up there and.
I just want to point out, sounds like some elvish tomfoolery to me when it's written in Draconic. Thank you, Twitch chat.
Elves can know Draconic.
He's not wrong.
Got him.
Let's
The
yes,
evil
do it.
Bill Draconic.
Shall I climb back up there and tie a rope off so you can all go up there? Or what would you like to do?
Yeah, go up
Do
there
you-
with the rope, tie it off. We can climb
Okay.
up and they get.
It's like 100 feet up. How long of a rope do we have?
I've got 100 feet.
You got 100 feet?
I'm pretty sure I do.
I've got a little bit. I think I
Yeah.
got 50.
We'll need about
We have that healing rope.
100
We can tie
or
them
so.
together.
I do not want to mess with the living rope. Thank you very much. And good, that shit is creepy.
Yes, I have 2
Oh,
units of 50 foot of hempen rope.
Can you tie that together really securely? Because it would really suck if you made it about halfway up and then it broke.
No, that kind of rope you can't tie knots into. Sorry.
That's stupid.
Make a survival check for me, Artyom.
Oh, that's 18 plus 8, 26.
Druid craft it together.
Artyom securely,
I don't have Druid Cap.
Oh, bitch.
Druid Cap, securely
shit.
tightens them together for you. For the sake of brevity, Gandelwyn, unless there's anything else you'd like to do, you make your way
Going
back up
the right side.
the same way, taking some time, being careful, and exhausting yourself once more to get all the way up here. You finally get to the top again, seeing your friends. There is some vegetation here, as you can see, sort of around at your feet that you could tie it to. You hold it. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to find a piece of like vegetation or whatever that seems the biggest, like the most sturdy, and tie it off there. But then I also want to keep a hold of it just in case.
Okay, yeah. Make a perception check for me.
9.
Okay. You tie it off and you get ready and you toss the end down there to your team. You guys see the rope just hanging on the side of the cliff.
The way I'm gonna hold on to it, I'm not a big guy. I'm gonna get a hold of it. I'm gonna have a seat on the ground and like fit my heels into other pieces of the vegetation so that I can like lean back against it if need be.
That's
Okay.
gonna hurt.
It'll not be fun, no.
I'm going
I
up
have
the rope.
gloves on, so there's
I meant your feet.
Is Gorham
Oh,
going
yeah, no.
first?
Aye.
All right. You sort of put your hand on the rope. Do you give him a heads up or are you just going up?
I'll give it a couple tugs. Yeah.
Okay. You feel a slight few tugs, which you know some weight is coming to you.
okay, noted.
Gorham, let's see an athletics check.
I'll get fucking yanked off the side of this fucking cliff. Ah!
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, very nice. Gorham, just sort of tired of the shit and tired of nothing happening currently, one after the other, just up and wedging your boots into the side of this cliff, climbing your way up. Gandelwyn, that rope gets heavy and it is starting to hurt.
Like I said, I'm trying to like, I don't want to let it strain on what I have it tied to if I can avoid it. So
Right.
ow.
Which you're taking a majority of the force right now, sort of wrapped around your forearm, helping anybody up. You see Thankfully, due to a high roll, Gorham comes up fairly quickly within the matter of just a minute or so, making his way, just pushing his way finally up over this vegetation.
Ah. Hey.
Hey, all right, lad. Let me get a hand on that rope.
Oh yeah, by all means, you have a go at it. Fucking let go of the rope and just kind of, whoo.
All right, there's one. Who's going next?
Guess I will go next.
All right, Melgrim. You are still exhausted, and unfortunately at disadvantage.
That is a 12.
Oh shit.
12.
And I have to rage climb.
This is a fairly difficult task, Melgrim, and as you get up, not too far, your muscles start to give out, and while you don't fall, you fall about 15 feet or so and just sort of hit the ground. Your muscles and hands are sort of giving out from the exhaustion. No damage taken, but you did not make it up.
Try again. I'll give you some guidance.
Trying again.
How sheer is this cliff?
There are some sort of hand and footholds every now and again, but other than that, if you're talking about angle, it is straight up. It is 90 degrees to the ground.
Guidance as
All right.
D4. Do it.
Yep, guidance does add a D4.
Oh, let's try that.
Oh. Uh-oh.
My man said,
Ooh.
What was it, Melgrim?
A 10.
10. Same situation. Trying to make your way up. Your muscles just not allowing it currently.
Perhaps we should just tie you up, and they'll just pull you up once we get more of us up there.
All right. Yeah, we'll try that.
Galaxy melon.
Okay. Who's going next?
I'm gonna go ahead and hop up since I was already by the rope, trying to give him a little boost.
Okay. Gosh, you can sort of pat Melgrim as he walks off to the side. Give me an athletics check.
I'll give Koshik a guidance as she's going up there.
We have 3 people with a
3
guidance
people with
party?
fucking guidance, though.
If he gave me a guidance, then it is a dirty 20.
Okay. Making your way up, Koshik, muscling through, just sort of making your way, placing your feet where you can up here. You eventually get to the top. Gorham sort of holding the rope top for you, offering a helping hand, and you make it to the top without issue.
Nice.
Thank you, Golem.
I can only imagine where Melgrim's ego is right now.
Poor baby. Listen, we all understand.
That's what dying does to you.
It'd be like that when you die.
Who would like to go next out of RTM and Crowley and Melgrim?
I'll go.
All right, Crowley, let's see an athletics check.
Can't just acrobatically just start hopping up and everything.
Unfortunately, this is about
Swinging around.
raw strength
Nah,
and getting
man, I'm
yourself
just
to the
going
top.
freehand. I'm just going.
He's just like doing flips from side to side.
Pretty much 16.
16. Not as quickly as Gorham and Koshik. You are more dexterous, but you muscle yourself up to the top. Finally getting to the top and sort of reaching your hand over your glove-covered hand for someone to grab you and pull you on top.
Oh, I'm up there. Ugh.
I was enjoying the sights.
RTM and Melgrim.
Very well. You do that.
All right, Milgram, you're next. I'll go with you. Get you if you fall. So I will try to get probably maybe 15 feet up and get a handhold on the wall, and then let Milgram come up and let him go from there.
Okay, so you're getting 15 feet onto the rope, and are you letting go of the rope and getting on the
Yeah,
wall?
letting go of the rope.
Okay. Yeah. Roll an athletics check for me, both of you, as you sort of do this catch-up game all the way up top.
24.
Uh-oh.
You
Melgrim,
good, Melky?
That would be a 15.
15. Okay.
Better.
Artium, waiting.
Oh,
Go
Can I
ahead.
try to like aid him as he's going up, that kind of thing, or that was the purpose of going up with him, was try to help him out?
Right. You think you have a couple of moments to do so, but Melgrim, through just through pure will at this point, is seeming to muscle up on his own.
Alright.
Nice.
On the rope, one hand over the other, Melgrim, taking everything you got to get up this rope. Artium just climbing slowly along this sheer cliff wall beside you. You guys eventually make it to the top without issue.
Ah. Very good. So, anybody need to take a breather for a minute before we continue?
Yeah, you might need to take a second. Milgram was going to give me a run for my money there. I just give him a pat on the, kind of a little slap on the back, like, hey, come on, you died. It'll be all right.
Can I reclaim my sword and shit? Just like, yeah, I'll take this back now. Thank you.
I would like to check on Gandelwyn. How are you feeling, Gandelwyn?
Norgog makes it up okay. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, I forgot
shit.
about him.
No, God, we
shit,
forgot about
totally forgot about
Norgog.
Norgog.
Good job, Norgog.
As Melgrim comes up after a couple of minutes, you guys sitting here, says, Nope, it's fine. I got it. Don't worry about me. I'll be okay.
Well, you know,
I
if you
knew
didn't
you
miss that
had it.
first fight.
I knew you had it, Norgog. Come on
You
now.
didn't almost die or you didn't actually die yesterday, so thumbs up. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, I guess so. All right.
We need to get you some goggles. Or something.
I
Actually,
think-
They will
help
just
is coming
fill
out
up.
of
I
your-
think they
yeah,
will
they're
just
coming
fill
out
up.
of your eyes. I don't know what to do for your problem. But in response to caution, I mean,
Get some bendy straws and just hook in there.
so I mean, it's unpleasant, but I'm fine.
Has it gotten any worse?
Has it gotten any worse from what I can tell, DM?
Not from what you can tell. It seems
No,
to just the
just-
the pain in your boots persists as you continue walking along.
Just kind of sucks. But yeah, no, it's about the same as it was this morning. I'm gonna flip the moon dagger around and hand it back to Artium Hill first. Here you go. Thank you. Not being able to see is unfortunate.
So you had
So-
teeth marks in the leather helmet.
It's just a very narrow tunnel, okay? It's not much, like a lot of wiggling. I had to get my
Yeah,
hands below me a few times, and I had to keep it where I could see in front of me. So do what you have to do, okay?
You hold on to it for me.
Okay, fine.
I'm gonna roll my eyes real quick, and I'm gonna grab it and see if I can use mending on it to get the teeth marks out of the leather.
I'm not worried about the teeth marks. I don't want any of this contaminated spit.
That
Okay,
makes
fine.
sense.
Extra dagger back in the belt. Like,
All right.
okay.
That's a big old dagger.
Woohoo! I'm just gonna start licking people's stuff. That's gonna get me free things.
Oh
Woo!
man, get some elementary school stuff right there.
Welcome.
I licked it. You can't have it.
To be
All right.
fair, he said you licked it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
That was how that went down. So turning back, kind of gesture at the wall of roots. So this is the thing. Do we want to try to cut into it? Get through it, whatever's on the other side.
Yeah,
It's
who
kind-
has the best implements for cutting through a bunch of trees?
I have
Melgrim,
a
I think that's you, brother.
yeah, and he has an axe. So we have an axe and a magic sword. Yeah,
Are you handing over that axe?
Yes.
Oh,
I
hey,
don't think
oh,
I'll be great on this. I'm not very strong.
I appreciate you lending me this mighty weapon.
How
And
wide
it-
is this like little section of roots and stuff?
It spans the opening that you see right there.
So it's as wide as the whole.
Yeah, it's
thing.
like a
Okay.
40-foot long.
Oh,
thing.
Jesus.
Ah, damn.
Once
It is
Artium
massive.
gets-
So I'm just like, so where do we want to cut that? This like on the side, in the middle?
The middle.
Okay.
Once
It's like
Artium
this-
gets the axe, I'm gonna take a couple of cautious steps backward.
This is
Okay.
this This is a lot
Safety
of.
first.
This should probably be like
Everyone,
a two-person job.
100 foot of falling damage.
No, I didn't fall out.
I'm gonna watch for his progress before I decide to start assisting. I guess. Just like, oh, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Did anybody else have a better idea?
I have a sword, so.
I can hit it with my hammer.
Okay, swing it away. They roll attack rolls, or I don't even. Are druids proficient in battle axe?
I don't
Just
think
kind of
so.
using it
That's
as a tool.
That's a martial weapon.
That is a pure strength check for me.
Strength check. All right. It's a 13 plus 4.
Okay.
17.
RGM, as you're sort of trying to slam through these thick roots, briars, thorns, like everything you can imagine is sort of matted together. You do it for probably 60 seconds. It is fairly resistant to what you're doing to it. You sit there for a second after sort of catching your breath and just looking at it, and you see some that you've cut through start to grow back over in rapid pace.
Is he able to see if it's open behind it or not?
You see no opening behind
Nice.
what you got through.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Well, I appreciate you letting me use this fine weapon, but I don't think it's going to do as much good. I'll give Belgrim back his axe.
Yep.
Seeing it like grow back together and stuff, I want to take like not like super going hard at it, but I want to use my longsword to kind of cut through a few of the like closer pieces and see if they heal back together even after being cut with a magic weapon.
Okay, you do so. Cut through. It cuts through a little bit easier. Some of these things, and you wait a second, and they grow back together.
Okay, never mind.
It's not so much that they grow back together. It'll more like another shoot will grow out and take its place.
Okay. Just look. So now what would we like to do? We can go. We can try to scale the rest of the way to the top of the plateau from here, or
This might lead lower, though, where the source is at, so this could be a better entrance.
how are we going to get into it though if it's sitting there? I mean, we could burn it.
Koshek or Crowley, do you have any magic fire?
I do not believe so.
Shit.
Do you have any oil left over?
I have oil left over.
We're
I
gonna
don't know if
die.
that amount of oil is going to be enough to.
I mean, while we're up here, could we go back? Could we fit down the way Gandelwyn came up here and try
If you guys
the
can't
other
fit
path?
down there, you can't fit on this end. It does narrow the whole way.
So it's like narrow, like the crack the whole way up there.
Yes, it is. It is a bit of a squeeze. It gets even smaller in places. Kind of unpleasant,
Yep.
to be honest. So we can scale the rest of the way up. I can go down and go to the left while you guys hang out here.
What the words mean again?
Brutes, imbeciles, and crowds, even raging ever and ever loud, yet true change persists in quiet, a sympathy of silent riots.
No, I don't know.
I do not know what that means. So, about what time is it at this point after we've done all this to get and gotten all the way up here?
Yeah, at this point, you're probably at 6 or 7 p.m. The sun's starting to set on the opposite side of you now, and the sky's getting a bit dark.
Okay. Hey, we can pull up this rope, and I mean, this seems a safest place as any to make camp, unless we want to go and not leave Milo in the side of a wall. Make a camp here. I mean, there's enough time left in the day. I can try to check the left side tunnel.
If we're going to go ahead and try and camp a little while here, I don't know. I don't think I think we should try to finish this tonight. I don't think Milo is going to survive in any case. We might as well just leave him down there if we don't finish this now.
Alright, so try to finish it now. So, do you want to try to see if you guys can figure out a way to get through this while I go check the left?
Sure.
Okay. Retake off my sword belt. Like, okay, well, this seemed to do a little better than the axe. So if you want to use that to cut things, pull out the glowing dagger and hey, we'll keep back as quickly as possible and make my way down the hole in the floor and try to get down to the left side tunnel and start making my way up that.
Okay. As Gandelwyn goes off to do this, it is going to take him some time before he comes back. What is everybody else doing while he is off doing that?
I want to try something.
Okay.
I would like to try to cast Dispel Magic on the foliage and see if that will make it stop growing back together after it gets sliced.
Okay. At what level?
Level 3.
Level 3. All right. Roll a d20 for me and add your wisdom modifier.
$19.
19.
Nice.
Okay.
12 plus 7. That's 19, right? I did wrong on the math last time. 12 plus 7 is 19. Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you cast the spell magic at?
On the foliage that they were trying to cut through.
All right, but it's like a 40-foot wall and about 20 or 30 feet tall. Just where they were trying to cut through at the very bottom. Okay. You cast the spell magic out in front of you. Doesn't seem to be any change.
Can I tell that she's casting the spell magic?
It probably looks a little bit different considering you're a druid and she's a cleric. You can tell you can absolutely tell she's casting a spell.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to see if there's a magical entity that's holding it to make it not cuttable. Would you like to try cutting through it again?
Yeah, if I'll just go to the area that she seemed to be pointing her spell towards and just kind of grab some of the smaller vines and just sort of rip.
Okay.
See if anything happens.
All right. You start to break them apart. Sort of sit there for a minute. Another minute more. They don't start growing back together.
I need it.
I am. How wide with your hands would you say that tunnel was?
The one that Gandelwyn just went through?
The Gandelwyn went through, yeah.
1.5 feet, maybe. At this point, at this sort of exit point.
Okay. Someone try to get Gandelwyn back in here. Melgrim, can I borrow your axe again? We might only have a short amount of time. Yeah.
Here you go.
Now, Jonesy, how high and wide did you say it was?
The wall?
Yeah, well, essentially what we're trying to cut through in general, like to get us through it, that we need to be.
Well, it's as high and wide as you guys are making it.
Yeah, the hole you're trying to make is as high as wide as you can make it, but the
Okay.
hole, this covers this whole side, so it's like 40 feet wide and 20 feet tall. Oh,
Roll
you did.
natural 20 on the strength
Talking
check.
James, never-
Okay. Is someone going to get Gandelwyn?
I'll hand over the axe and go to the Gandelwyn.
He whispers it down the tunnel.
He couldn't have gotten far, right?
Well,
It's only been a minute since he went down.
I've now made like a few trips up and down this thing, so I'm probably got figured it out.
He's just like slithering down.
Yeah.
Gandelwyn,
Well, see, I cast that immediately as he was going to walk to it. So, like, I don't know how far I
Nope.
got.
Gandelwyn, go ahead and roll 2 athletics checks for me.
You gotta wiggle
A
backwards.
9 and a 10.
For the first half
Yeah.
of this journey, you start to slide quickly
Ah!
down this sort of chute, not being able to get out. Then you get wedged in between two rocks
God, shit.
as you
Whee! Oof.
sort of make your way and sort of you get your arm stuck in between you and the wall.
Gonna have to cut it off, Gandelwyn.
You're unable to move currently.
Ah, shit.
You were stuck in this chute down, and then you hear a Melgrim after a minute of just sitting here, sort of trying to move your body around. You hear Melgrim go, Gandelwyn.
You kind of look at him over. Yes. Back up the tunnel.
Try to get back up here if you can.
Okay. I'll work on that. I may need a rope. And I'm gonna keep wiggling to try to get myself back
Are you
up
stuck?
the way.
Make a dexterity check for me.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
Trying
I'm
to
much better
move
than
your
that.
body out of this.
Natural fucking 20.
Nice.
Yeah.
After he
let's
whispers
go.
and just sort of getting pissed, you sort of shove yourself around and just move your way out of his sort of like quick Carnathy trick of dislocate the shoulder, pop it back in
God.
right afterwards, and crawl up there and make your way up. I just see some weird looks at me right now.
As I get, I'm like, never mind. No rope needed.
They taught us all that in Karnath, yeah. Just pop your shoulder and pop it back in, it's fine.
Fucking hate
At the Kensei,
tunnels.
the monk for Kenseis, you know, they do what they can. Artyom, as you're chopping through this, you're chopping for some time. You get about 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet in, and you just have just a wake of vines and stuff behind you from where you've been chopping. You finally, and the axe goes through and finally break through on the other side. Couple of more chops. You have a rough and very sharp way, while doing so, taking 2 points of piercing damage from all of the barbs that surround you currently, but you have a path through.
Oh boy.
All right.
Everybody say thank you, Kaushik.
Thanks.
I don't know what happened. I just know y'all are able to get through. Good job, everybody.
Extremely well done, Goshik.
Kaushik saves the day once again.
I bring Melgrim back to life, and I need thanks all the time. Thank you.
I brought you into this world, I can take you out.
Oh,
Probably could right now.
Goshik is like, you're my zombie now. You have to do what they say.
Oh man. So, shall we go in?
We made a hole.
Okay.
Teamwork. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, Artyom's probably gone back enough through to say, hey, I've made the hole, and give Melgrim back his axe, and then he's fucking gone.
Okay.
I'll follow close behind him.
Same.
Yep.
Okay. Everybody making
Retrieve my weapons again.
yeah.
God damn it.
Making your way through here, it's not comfortable and it doesn't feel too good, but you make your way through this entire thing that he has carved out. You have as you get onto the other side, you are all greeted by darkness. It is purely black in here currently. No light source. You bring the moon dagger out. Gandelwyn, in an odd sight, there is vegetation, even still in here,
Great.
growing all around. What's also interesting is that the walls themselves are coated in fungus.
Fungus.
This same lazy green trail of energy continuing down into this cavern.
Guess we follow the green.
No.
Looking around and illuminating with the dagger. Anybody? I can't remember how much. Is it 10 feet of bright light and 10 feet of dim? Does it work the same way? Can't.
I don't remember.
Whatever. However much light kind of lighting up people's faces is kind of like, so do we just follow the green, the energy trail farther down?
That's what I would say.
Okay.
Follow the energy to the source.
Sounds good to me. Very straightforward plan. Okay, no objections, and I guess we follow the energy trail, just
Okay.
Oh,
being
we
as
walking.
quiet as possible. Yeah,
Are you guys sneaking ahead?
I will sneak if at
Okay.
all, as much as I can while holding a glowing dagger.
Right. Yeah, that's not gonna be sneak at all.
Yeah, I was hoping to
Yeah.
be more of a not like they wouldn't hear us coming.
Right. Give me a stealth check. And how far ahead of you are the party?
That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
I mean, who all can't see without light? I
Art-
can't. Artyom
Artyom,
can't.
I can.
Crowley. Artyom,
Do the
Crowley.
dwarves have dark vision as well?
They do.
What about Norgog?
Norgog has dark vision.
Okay, so it's just me and
Ew.
Artyom who can't see. And you said what's the range on it? It's 15 feet of bright or dim?
15 foot and then 15 foot of dim.
Okay. I'll be far enough up that Artyom can still be in the edge of the dim light. So 25 to 29 feet ahead, so that he can still have enough light to kind of see by in front of him, but
Just sort of on the
still-
fringes of the light that the moon
Yeah,
dagger's
exactly.
providing. Yeah, easy enough. You guys make your way down into this tunnel. This cave is massive to either side, widens out even further. Still maintaining 30 to 35 feet above you also. Gandelwyn, you eventually make it out, and it's hard to be sneaky if you wanted to stay along the walls. There are several large mushrooms growing out from the sides of the walls and everything. But the wall is really the only place that you have. While there is vegetation, it's very small, like shrubbery, that just sort of litters the ground in here, and slick moss.
Gotcha. Like I said, for the most part, I'm carrying a glowing dagger, so I know I'm gonna be easy to see. I'm mostly just trying not to be too loud.
Okay.
So just stepping softly.
As you guys make your way further in, and when you come up to a splitting point into this in this cavern with a large rocky structure in front of you, you see it ends directly in front of you. And I would like you to go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Fuck. 9.
9. Okay. It's not hard to see. With the corner, you see shadows, not moving, but not natural. They stick out from the cave, but unfortunately, without dark vision and the knife, you can't really see that far. It is large caverns that go both to your left and to your right, and I will update our map.
Okay.
As you guys
Okay.
sort of come to this T, and you're about right here. If you'd like to put yourselves on the map, please.
Okay.
You said we're on the south side?
Yep, you're right about here. Yeah, no,
So this is where I would be, or I would be
Correct.
farther up this way since I'm in front.
no, again, when you're the one coming out right here on the mouth, everyone else would be for a little bit further back here. These squares are accurate. This cave is massive.
8, 25, 30. So y'all are about back this way. If I'm 30 feet in front. Good lord. What's going on here? It's a shuffle.
You
Every-
said I was on the edge of the 15 foot of dim light, so there you go.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, 21. Okay. So I'm just gonna look back over my shoulder and just whisper as enough to kind of get it back there. There's a split. Big tunnels on the one going right, one going left.
Where does the energy go?
Can I kind of look up towards the ceiling? Do I see the energy up there?
Yeah, it is faint, and as you get up here,
Mm-hmm.
you rolled really poorly on your
I did roll
perception.
really shitty.
Yeah, it's sort of you see it go back and just sort of disappear. Unfortunately, you can't really see anything right now.
Okay.
With the light of the moon dagger sort of in your eyes and trying to, with the teal light that it lets off, it makes that green energy sort of hard to see. If anybody else would like to roll a perception check looking around for this, I would.
Encourage it.
I'm
Yeah,
How
would
high-
anybody else
How high
like
is
to
the
do that?
ceiling?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The ceiling is about 40 feet high.
God damn.
This place is
Okay.
like I said, this place is massive.
That's a big bitch.
17 plus 7.
Okay.
Nice.
Further on the edges of this, and with dark vision, you guys look up and see this energy. It does trail around this pole, but it does continue to float towards the left.
Okay.
That's what y'all
22.
see currently. With those high, well, Crowley, you don't have dark vision, do you?
I do have dark vision.
Do you? What's
Yeah.
okay?
You said earlier I had dark vision. Now you're telling me I don't.
No, I was
But I do.
asking.
I
you.
do.
Okay, okay,
The Lord
all right.
giveth, the Lord taketh away.
So I would say Artyom. Well, no, Artyom doesn't have dark vision. Kaushik and Crowley, you guys see sort of what look to be sort of collapsed structures back here in this corner with those perception checks. And then, well, that's all you can really see right now from where you're at currently.
Okay.
Then
All
I'm
right.
gonna skidoo forward a little bit, see if I can see anything else.
Well, the map is active. Move to where you would like to be, and tell me how you are moving.
Oh God, hi. Hello.
I'm moving with my feet. I'm walking.
Stealthily or
God
not.
damn it.
We'll say stealth. Well, I'm gonna do a stealth move.
Stealthily.
Okay, if the entire group is moving forward stealthily, then let's get a stealth check.
I hate this because I always forget that I roll with disadvantage stealth.
So good old auditory stealth. God damn, I rolled worse on this one. 15.
Nat 20.
Nice. You are the knight.
Nat 1.
16.
Shit.
Or a total
13.
of 1.
7.
Okay.
God damn. Where's pass out of trace? So
Melgrim,
But also, where did Crowley go though?
16.
16. And Gandelwyn, you rolled 15.
15.
And what was yours, Kaushik?
13.
13. Okay. Gorham and Artyom, just a little bit loud on the impatience getting to you really more than anything and not really caring about being quiet. You guys march your way further out. Go ahead and put yourselves where you would like to be at this point. As you move forward further into this cave.
I did see that it was going towards the left, right?
Yes, you saw that it was going towards the left. Gandelwyn continues forward.
As far as I can move. Are we going with about a round's worth of movement?
Yeah, let's stick with
Okay.
about a round just so everybody stays together. But
Yeah. So that's since I have 10 less movement, I can get that.
Gandelwyn, moving
straight line.
around this corner where you're at right now, go ahead and give me a perception check.
10.
All right, it's not a difficult thing to see. You see further down into this tunnel, sort of reflecting off of the lower left-hand side. It's just sort of this red-orange color.
Just a color, is it a particular shape?
No shape to it really. It's just sort of shifting in color, and yeah, with that perception check, that's about what you get.
Wonderful. Was it communicated to me that we saw a structure of some kind in this direction?
I said you saw the shapes of something back in this left-hand corner, but that was it.
I gotcha. I guess I'm keeping. That's where I'm kind of trying to check out that before I go off on either side.
Is each square 5 feet?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
It's on you guys.
Yeah, I'm sort of blind, so I'm going to stay up with Gandelwyn.
Okay. RT, I'm gonna give you a perception check as well, as you sort of round this corner, looking down there.
Please. God damn it.
10.
That's a 2, by
Okay.
the way.
About the same thing.
There is something over there.
There is something down there to the right, some glowing thing. I don't know what it is.
It is. orange and brown or something at this point.
It looks like it's reflecting off of the cave wall itself, so you can't really see anything past that.
The stink of Gandelwyn's feet's making my eyes burn.
You're welcome. You're like 15 feet away from me. Shut up.
It's that bad.
Wonderful. Maybe it is an effective weapon. Against my enemies.
There we go. This is how you get your stench attack.
What the? They have disadvantage when trying to attack me. It's very difficult to focus. Is everybody else moving?
Everybody else is moved up behind you at this point.
Okay.
Like I said,
I'm gonna keep moving.
Yeah, keep moving to where you want to. Like I said, the map is active, so
I'm just moving towards that structure to try to figure out what that is over there.
okay.
Since I saw dark shapes.
All right. Everybody's sort of staying on your heels. Gorham, Melgrim, Norgog, Crowley, Kaushik, all those with dark vision can see it. Unfortunately, Gandelwyn, your light ends right about here, and you can't see much beyond that. The rest of you with dark vision sort of just see these dilapidated wooden structures and fences and whatnot that are just sort of broken over. All small. This cave is probably 35, 40 feet tall. It does not reach the top of it by any means. They are maybe, it's at its tallest point, like 20 feet. But as you sort of get closer to it, edging closer now, you see just wooden structures, some connected by wooden bridges in between. And that's what you get.
Okay. At about this point, can I like try to take another look up at the ceiling and see where if there's green or if it's over at these structures or anything?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. And
like a little like as I'm moving closer.
Yeah, go and roll another perception check.
15.
15. The energy actually does not flow back this way. It flows back and over down this way.
Going towards the left.
Correct.
Okay. And these just look kind of dilapidated and everything.
Yeah, they look broken and getting as close as you want to get with measuring going on.
I'm just trying to. I've spent like about half my movement to get closer to this. Like if it was around and got there, just kind of like without getting up and among it.
Right. Chill out on the measurements, guys. You guys get a little bit closer. Yeah. This just looks like broken and smashed wooden structures of some sort of patchwork buildings, almost.
Like look active or look like they've just collapsed?
Some of them are still standing.
Okay. It's just do we wish to investigate these structures or keep going to the left where the energy is going?
I suppose we could give them a quick once over, but we need to probably
Swift.
move as quickly. Yeah.
Okay. So
Agreed.
quick move in and start looking around.
Okay.
Are there multiple buildings in this group, or
There are. Yep. There's several different small buildings.
how many buildings do there appear to be?
Maybe 2 to 3 functional buildings that maybe are still sort of like all 4 walls up. Other than that everything's just kind of smashed apart. Whoever is sort of helming this, let me either get 2 people rolling a perception check or 1 with advantage.
I was going to say, everybody get the battle buddy and check one of these houses. And the one you with me, because we're blind.
Yes, we cannot see. I'm going with, and I will help get Artyom advantage on his perception check.
Okay.
Can Gorham be my battle buddy?
Did you roll like shit? Kate?
Really?
And Crowley's sticking with Melgrim.
Okay,
Okay.
Gorham, come up to this little house with me.
All right.
Surely.
Can I roll a perception check too?
That is
My
actually
little
one of the
house.
taller buildings. You'd be off to the side right here as you're looking about 25 feet up, Kaushik, up onto this. And the bridge that sort of leads across into the door has fallen down and just is wood at your feet currently. The house is about 10 feet above you, or I'm sorry, about 6 feet. So you're nearly eye level with the bottom of the door. So someone said some numbers. Sorry. Did I not hear someone say numbers for a perception check?
Oh,
Okay.
no, I didn't. I made a 22 on my perception check.
22. Okay.
Nice.
18 plus 7 for mine.
Nice.
Very nice. 26. What about our Crowley Melgrim duo?
Oh, I haven't rolled yet, so
Roll it up.
16.
16. Okay. Sort of looking around here and climbing up if you'd wish to, Kaushik. Artyom and Gandelwyn, as you sort of make your way up under this, you do see Gorum and Kaushik would see this actually by the wagon. You do see some smaller bones by the wagon. They look to be broken, but they are there. You move up into this little house. It looks to be, sort of looking around really quickly, there's like remains of an old fire, and some older like sort of a blood-stained table, it looks like, and then some pelts, old dried out pelts sort of hung on the wall. It looks like it might be the remnants of a kitchen. You can't really stand up in here as the building itself is very, very tiny. So you're even at 5, what are you, 5'8", 5'10", you're like hunched over looking around.
All right.
Artyom and Gandelwyn, as you're sort of looking off over, where are you guys checking out? This sort of building right here?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. You guys look around. This looks to be another like barrel shaped structure on top of something. Not really sure. No door on this one. You sort of look up and around. There's some iron that leads out of the bottom of it and just sort of down and ends right there. The rest of it just sort of collapsed on the ground. That's about all you see in this structure.
Sweet.
Okay.
Melgrim and Crowley, I heard a 16, and what was the other one?
Oh, I didn't roll. I was just going to give him advantage.
Gonna give him advantage?
Oh, well, I'll roll again then.
Yep, roll again for me.
16 again.
16 again.
Good try.
Nice.
Nobody rolled like in the single digits, so.
No, not at all. Crowley, as you and Melgrim sort of, all this is debris and broken down in here as you're moving through. I'm looking at OBS and trying to move here. As you move back here, Crowley, your eyes meet some yellow eyes peering back from you from this direction.
Son of a shit.
Melgrim, there's something looking back at me from further up.
Ah,
You start talking in this, you see the yellow eyes just sort of blink out of existence.
They are Jawas.
It moved. It blinked at me.
They're gonna steal our stuff.
I've got an egg. They want it.
No.
I'm scared.
Okay.
You said I saw it up at these bushes up here. Where I'm
Correct.
pinging. Okay, cool. Knowing that there's another group behind us, I'm gonna kind of tap Carly's gonna tap Melgrim on the shoulder. Let's pull back and let the others know.
This
Okay.
is stupid. There's nothing here.
Or I'm let's head
A
out
bunch
the
of
building.
junk.
Hey,
Pop up behind them.
somebody saw something.
There is something looking at us from over the corner.
Shit.
Is it an animal or a person?
Couldn't tell. It was a set of yellow eyes. When I started speaking, they blinked out. It moved.
Could you
That's
tell
not-
which? Oh shit.
from where?
And Crowley's going to indicate,
That
over in the back. Yeah, follow me.
Yes.
Ping on your
Good
cheek.
place I cannot see.
Yeah, we can't see over there. so
I'm
let's just-
indicating in this general
I-
area over there,
yeah, I know.
but I'm leading back over there.
Yeah,
So-
I'm going with Crowley. I'm gonna get in there and see
Like-
what's going on.
Okay, you're taller than everyone else. You can see.
Okay. Gorham, all of this is collapsed at your feet. This wood right here. The sort of bridges, what you would assume to be bridges, do eventually ramp back up, sort of holding themselves on poles or branches, whatever sort of patchwork. And you move up, and as all of you sort of move up along here, you start to hear rustling coming from right about here.
Come on
Gonna-
out.
transfer the moon dagger to my left hand and pull and drop my longsword in my right.
Okay.
It's kind of a little caution. And
Still
keep kind of coming up,
Moving on up.
moving up
Like the
on
Jeffersons.
Gorham, did you
on
call that
Gorham's
out?
flank.
Said, come on out.
Come on out.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
This is how we acquire our next NPC.
Rug.
Either that or our deaths.
Where's Fruck?
That's a
It's
nat one.
Gilly too.
Natural one.
Shit.
Okay. You say this and you hear quicker rustling moving over here.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Just persuade. I just call out. We mean you no harm. Please, we just want to know who we're dealing with.
Roll at disadvantage. Still at disadvantage.
Guidance. No, I'm kidding.
You shitting me? What is it, Matt?
I rolled a 10, so 21.
Jesus
Fuck
Christ.
yeah.
fucking,
go.
fucking bards.
We love
Oh,
to see your
expertise. Expertise.
Fucking bards. Every time y'all roll well, I'm gonna just say fucking insert class here. Crowley saying this, you see the rustling stops for a minute. And from the boxes right here, sort of cracked in half, and from underneath, you see those same sort of yellow eyes sort of look around the corner. Just looking at your group.
It's a puppy.
You do not speak like them.
Perhaps because we are not one of them. We are new here, and we would be more at ease if you would come out and speak to us.
I do not know you. I do not trust you.
Well, that
Why,
is very simple. My name is Crowley. Now you know me. Now we may speak.
You see the yellow eyes look up as if they and furrow as if they were thinking. I am not sure this is how this works.
It's how it works up above, trust me.
Why are you here?
A friend of ours is sick, and we are seeking to figure out how to end his sickness.
Shifts back under the bushes, still staying underneath them, but coming around to this side, looking around at you as well. Walking out on the bridge that's sort of elevated, nearly right in front of you, Gorham, or right here, slowly and very, very stealthily, a small kobold steps out. Yellow eyes, green skin, sort of tracing back into these very tiny horns on the back of his head. Rags for clothes. Sort of stands out, and a tiny little dagger on his hip sort of stands on the edge of the bridge. You are here to end it. The bad. You are here to stop.
That is our intention. These are my friends. Come closer. What is your name? Perhaps
I
you can
do
help
not
us.
wish to come closer.
Social distancing, that is very good.
This is important, especially when there is a sickness about.
I am amazed at how knowledgeable you are, of course.
Pulls up his
I-
mask.
He takes
Over
a
his snout.
bandana and puts it over his snout.
Shit.
Can you perhaps tell us where we might find it, or what you know?
You are heading in the right direction if you are looking to follow straight to it, yes. What I know is a different story. You are here to save the mistress?
We have not encountered any mistress. We only know that it has affected our people away from here. Tell us what you know, and we might be able to help. It might benefit us to know.
Sort of takes his hand, swings down on the bridge, sort of hanging there for a second, then drops to the ground, making his way closer, ever closer to Gorham, sort of eyeing him up and down currently, still being cautious and just on the back of his heels the whole time in case he needs to backpedal. What do you want to know?
And Crowley's going to look at the others. When did this all start? Where do you know how to stop it?
I do not know how to stop it, otherwise I would have a long time to go to save her. This, I don't know. Time is not my strong suit. And he holds up 8 sort of clawed fingers and goes, "At least more than this."
Makes sense with what we know. Tell me about your mistress. This is your mistress, no? You wish to save her?
Yes, I wish to save the mistress.
What is her name?
She is the
How is
mistress.
How is she involved? Was she captured?
I don't know the details. Unfortunately, she is captured now.
Well, we intend to put a stop to whatever evil this is, and we could use a guide, especially if you know this area. Perhaps you would be willing to guide us toward this evil.
Sort of gives you another glance over. Make another perception check.
Oh, well, I perceive. Or is that persuasion?
Oh, I'm sorry, persuasion. I was thinking about him looking you over.
A disadvantage, right?
Not anymore.
Nice. Good job. Way to face.
23.
Okay. I know the area, yes. If you go down that way, you'll meet them head on. Points towards where the green energy is sort of lazily floating down.
Who is them?
Have you gotten a look at them? Can you describe what we will face?
They look different. There's different ones. You have the birds. You have the brutes. You have the death.
You say if we follow along, we'll meet them head on, no? Is there a way to perhaps get behind them? Or any terrain advantages we might be able to take?
I know of a way. And he looks around all of you. It is built for me.
Shit. Is it a
But-
small tunnel back over there that goes down and then up?
Well, we have many tunnels. But right over here we have an entrance.
There are more of you?
He sort of looks down for a second. There were.
Oof.
Well, perhaps you could show us this pathway and we can decide whether we can make it or not. We have found some small passageways and have, some of us have done our best.
Eyebrows go,
And I'm sure they will again.
His Gandelwyn's just covered in fucking dirt.
I'm just not a good day.
I'm so sad.
My feet hurt. I fell down and got stuck in a tunnel.
It's like, Gandelwyn's like, screw your mistress. Let me tell you about my bad day.
Yeah,
Very well then.
Show us this tunnel.
He disappears under the bushes again. And go ahead.
Do we just like follow him? I guess. Like, oh shit.
After a moment, you see rustling happening through these brushes, and he pops out on this side. And it seems that just through his nature, he attempts to stay hidden and out of sight. He comes up behind this box currently and hops over to the well, sort of beckoning you all over in this direction.
Whoop.
You guys get over there, and he's sort of crouched down in a crouched position now, looking down. I do this a lot, but this will be a tight fit for you. This is the easiest part.
He's like talking about into the well.
He looks straight down into this black void below.
Is there a rope or anything going down into it?
There is not.
Oh fucking hell! How far down is it?
Oh, we don't go all the way down.
Oh shit. Okay. Look over everybody else.
Is there a way to get there without going through a small tiny hole?
Yes, the big tunnel. If you want to meet them head on.
Is your way? It is hidden. They will not see.
They have not seen me yet.
Yes, that is why he's showing it to us.
I mean, I can go down his way and see what I can see. This just takes you down to their main place. Where does it go exactly?
This takes me to the mistress. Yes.
To the mistress. I can go take a look. And is your mistress of a size to fit through this tunnel?
She would not walk through the tunnel.
Okay. I will go. I can go look and come back and tell you guys. It could possibly lead to us having to not have to fight our way through whatever it is they have ready.
Well, please guide our friend well, and we will wait for you here.
Is it less than 50 feet down? How far down is your tunnel in this?
I don't know what that means.
Hey, Kaushik, can I borrow your rope?
Absolutely. I'm gonna make a joke. It looks like feet aren't either of your strong suits.
I'm gonna ignore her. Take the rope. Just like, okay, whatever. It's like if this rope goes, will this rope go far enough down? I don't have claws, so it is harder for me to hold on to things.
Yes. Yes,
So
it
this
is.
will. Yes. So, is there anything secure enough I could tie it onto here, or should I have somebody hold this for me?
You do see these cross beams that go across this well, what look to be the remains of an old rope at the top. How secure this these sort of cross beams are, you're not exactly sure.
I'm just gonna like look over my shoulder. Artyom or Gordon,
I'll give him
you guys hold the end of this.
I'll
do
give
not
the
want to fall to
crossbeam
my death.
a firm little test and see if it's decrepit or not.
Make a strength check for me.
14.
14. Archie, you step on it and you sort of cracks in the middle. Why do you break it?
So, yeah, but you guys just hold on to the end, and I'll go down as far as I can on the rope and figure it out from there. Toss one end down the well and hold the other end out to Artyom.
Sure. We'll
Okay.
wrap it around the forearm.
All right. I'll say, all right, and kind of get a hold of the rope. They will hopefully be back soon. And I'm also gonna kind of like in a what is it called? When you're trying to rock climb and you whatever. I'm gonna wrap my arm in it to use it to like slide it down so that it won't just like let go.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called in rock climbing, but that.
All right. Sort of putting this rope around your arm, and the well is small enough to where you can put your arms on one side and your back to the other, sort of shuffling your way down this well.
And I'm just I assume following the little kobold down the well.
Right, who is sort of just hopping from stone to stone on the way down and waits for you a moment, sort of just following the yellow of his eyes.
Mhm.
Makes his way and swings into another small crevice, much like the one that you were that you had went into previously.
Okay, about how far down is it?
If you were to guess, you've made it probably about 35 feet down this well.
I mean, okay, well, yeah, like based off of how much rope I guess I've got left in good.
Yeah.
Before I go down, kind of make sure I've got the glowing dagger in one hand because I can't fucking see. And say, okay, I'm going into his tunnel now, and wedge my way in there.
Okay. The path ahead is not as angled. It is still tight, and he is sort of just moving his way through here as you're sort of crawling still on the way.
Awesome.
It looks like this has been traveled a lot recently. Some stones have been moved out of the way for you. You don't get wedged at any point, but it is just sort of hands on the stomach, sort of army crawling your way through this thing.
Okay.
After several minutes of travel, and just for the sake of brevity, you end up making it to this sort of opening.
Mm-hmm.
Before you do, I would like you to make a stealth check. He sort of turns around and says, "It is best you put the glow stick away now."
Will I be able to see? Is there any kind of light source?
He moves out of the way, and as you see, just sort of blue and green energy flickering above, of
Okay.
probably about 25 feet.
It's okay, and I'll shove it back where it's underneath my cloak and pull up my hood in my best attempt to be as quiet and unseen as possible.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 19.
19 total?
Yep.
Okay. You crawl your way up top, making your way sort of out of this crevice. You were immediately met with the sight of, and I will move. Is there any way to move one player? That'd be awesome.
I don't think so.
We will all go to it then.
Ah!
Gandelwyn, you pop out
Oh no, he's going to prison.
right here.
Where am I? Okay, so they're on the wall. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
As you do, you see 4 floating arcane sigils just in the air, meeting with this green sickly energy sort of floating towards it. The energy is going up, and it is also going behind it back here, just sort of disappearing into this vegetation right here. Below it, you just see a large cage currently.
Like that's in the middle?
Yep.
That's what's in the middle is
Yep,
the cage?
that is a large cage with a glowing sigil both above and around, sort of dome shaped around the entire thing, as well as the bottom. And you are also met with the sight of...
Oh, son of a bitch. I'm about to be like, and there are a bajillion enemies in here.
A herd of blue mooses.
Oh, it's more of the
Nice.
fucking. Oh, it's the goddamn mushroom. The mushrooms. Like, that's their final form.
Give me a moment. I'm sorry. Those are large creatures, by the way.
Oh, no.
It's the Spormageddon.
Oh my god, I can't find my stuff. There we go.
Ugh.
The Mushpocalypse.
Is that the lady?
Is.
Beautiful lady.
God fucking damn it. Is she trapped? Is that the fucking mistress? I swear
No,
to
she's
God.
outside of the circle, I'm sure.
She's a baddie.
She is outside of the circle.
Motherfucker.
Both.
We killed your
ladies.
boyfriend.
But you see...
Don't tell her. There's 2 baddies. 3 baddies. Oh my god.
Oh my God. They're polyamorous.
2 behind her as well with okay, so as you sort of crawl up here, you see a familiar sight in the white robed... I need to scroll down so the stream can see. The familiar sight... Say, this map is so big, so
It's very large.
as you sort of look down and sort of getting a good sight, you see a familiar white gowned figure, feminine and lithe in its form, with an antler skull covering its face and antlers to either side. Two behind there currently, skull-like mask on still, but instead of antlers, unfortunately I didn't get my other token in, with a bird-like skull on top of their head.
Mhm.
And then two very familiar type of fungal creatures, or at least what looked to be an evolved form of what you fought back in Lydia's home, in the form of her uncle. This looked to be a little bit more completed version of them. And this
But,
is
like the big ones, like her uncle was, not the smaller ones.
correct. And that is all you see currently.
Okay. How well lit is this room?
Because of
From
the
these-
arcane energy sort of emanating from this, it is sort of lighting up this entire area.
Like the whole room, or just like that area immediately surrounding?
Yeah, you can't really see over in this direction or towards the south. But you're getting a good. I'm showing you about everything you can see currently right here.
Okay,
You don't
okay.
see anything else.
Okay.
Or anyone
Okay.
else.
All right. Can I see anything that's in the cage, or is it like too bright or too obscured?
Make a perception check for me.
16.
It is hard to see in there. You see sort of a limp figure in the middle of it. That's about all you can make out. You can't make out any details. It looks to be a medium creature.
Okay. I kind of look over. Is the kobold next to me, or where is he?
He
in
is
relation?
currently crawled up and looking over.
I'm just gonna really quiet, kind of whisper to him. That is your lady in the cage.
Yes, that is the mistress. However, there is a problem.
Yes.
You say this and sort of look back towards you. You see this one in the white gown.
The one that's familiar.
Correct. Turn
Shit.
and look up into the shadows of this cavern. This sort of mask looking in your direction. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Fuck.
Ah,
Oh no.
she's good.
Oh boy.
Run, Gandalf, run.
Punch him and crawl as fast as you can back.
Why, you fool?
Punch him. Why him?
Because he's dragging you to sacrifice you. I know it. I feel it.
Oh.
All
my
right.
God.
Well,
Mama.
thank you everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, drop a follow. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. On Monday, we do our Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign, led by Gandelwyn himself or Ian or at Fear DOA. And on Wednesdays, we do Tavern Talks where we talk about various and sundry D&D things. And then on Saturdays, we do this with the Eberron campaign. We're on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff. Go find us at Hard Knock Dice. Is that all we got, guys? Anything?
I think so.
Any?
I'm
We have a
fucking scared.
TikTok too. We've got 2 TikToks.
Yeah, sorry about that. I need to
We're
get on
not
that.
we're not very.
We've
good
got a
about
tick
doing
and a
that.
talk.
I have half of a tick apparently. No talk on this one yet. Thank you guys as always for playing with me, and happy birthday, Brittany, again. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Woo!